1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah. Stepped into the scene in 2015, not knowing that we could make it, motivated with the dream. They try to throw us to the crumb side. We gamers over here, yeah. Steady on a mission, but with no competition. They say Kid Smoove is the best spot, representing the best box. Halo Gears, but that's so well, so much for taking them shots. Check Move got the platinums, dog. How many trophies you got? Bond gon' find the answers, whether you like it or not. The gaming guard built the squad of strong-minded individuals. A diverse collection to deliver news that's monumental. Wanna be a guest, dog? You gotta make a decision. Jimmy, I have you in a state of decay walking in this division. It's a dark day in hell, yeah, before you see sunshine. If you can't hear me, player, go and press rewind. It's the season when I thirst, I drink wine. Best to get yours, money, cause I'ma get mine. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Catch you slipping, I promise I'll show you how I still feel. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Yo, this is the Weapon Will Podcast, featuring Black Bond, Kid Smoove, the best spot, Jimmy J Mega Games, Jack Move Johnny, and your host, Broken Games HDR.
What's going on, Bond? Chat, what's going on? Oh, oops, I'm muted. What's up, Bond? Oh, hold
Need to win a couple bets from Smoove after that Eagles game.
Hold on. Say something again? Okay, you're good now. Yeah, so I just had to change the settings. Yeah, you know, sometimes I pretend games don't exist. Listen, sports don't exist till next year for me.
What's up, guys?
What's up? Bro, why is my network looking a little bit unstable? It was weird because I live streamed all day, had no issues, and then, you know, as soon as I start the podcast, I'm seeing green, yellow, red. I'm gonna need this thing to be stable today. Yo, chat, what's going on? What's up with y'all? First, start out by hitting that like button. You already know. We definitely appreciate if y'all hit that like button real early.
So you don't forget. Have you beat that Demon Souls yet?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Colt? I didn't even start Demon Souls.
I forgot you was gonna be on this week, Colt.
Is that okay?
No, it's not. Yeah, you didn't ask me permission. What you doing?
I sent you a message, but you muted me.
Look,
Gaming
man,
addict.
you're just gonna have to
Everywhere,
text me
yo.
next time.
You know how you just like dudes just turn around and Batman be there? That's like that.
Yep, addicts everywhere. Yeah,
I'm about to take off here and get something to eat though. I figure I'll pop in here. Don't go too hard on them, Colt.
No, it'll be the other way around. They're gonna give me a hard time today.
Oh, I thought you meant don't go too hard on because he was going to be eating. I thought you were going to leave to eat. So I thought you meant don't go too hard. He was going to eat too.
Oh man.
Yeah, BG, no more eating on the podcast. Please,
we established this. It wasn't me. It was Smoove last week.
I'll see you guys later.
Sounded like
He's
a
gone.
soup kitchen last week. Oh, he'll be back. Don't worry. He always comes back.
Yeah, I can't eat anything on a podcast with a bowl. It sounds like I'm just eating a soup in a soup kitchen.
It sounds like this.
Yep. I'm like trying to stealth ninja the food, and everybody can hear it no matter what. But
even if you are, there's that magical mute button.
Oh yeah. Too busy feeding my face.
I know. It's like look, if your kid was in your lap and you're feeding your kid, Okay.
Yeah.
You could mute him. I'm not gonna. But it's your kid. But like, it's just out of control. How's that Series X treating you?
Good. And I'm putting more time into the PS5 as well. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, there wasn't anything really to play until this past week. Yeah, so having the console early was really sucky with nothing to play on it.
The weeks before, this launch, it was like, it was pretty bare out here, at least for me.
Yeah, I wonder what would happen if they would have tried to launch like really close to Black Friday, if that would have like crippled the whole entire world trying to buy a console. I think they kind of had to do this.
Yeah.
But they launched with Valhalla and then Miles Morales and stuff. So
yeah, and both, like, I think there's more Xbox and PS5s in supply this launch than 7 years ago. But I still feel like it's been harder to get. I mean, I got one, but I still feel like it's way crazier this launch to get one than.
Well, it was
7
bad
years
before
ago.
the consoles. Like, you couldn't even the old consoles were sold out for
Every
quite a while because
every
of the
console
pandemic.
sells out in the beginning. Even the Wii U sold out in the beginning.
Yeah, but like you could go into a store and it was hard to find a PS4 or an Xbox One because everybody was buying them up because they were stuck at home. So like we were already just expecting to have a hard time. I was glad I got my consoles.
Yeah, listen, during COVID, a lot of businesses struggle. Gaming, not one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the one. That's one of the industries that doesn't hurt from this, really.
I still think the hardest console to find was the original Wii.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
I think I got one like a year after everybody else did.
People are like, "Well, how much did it sell? You don't know. You only have the what it shipped." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever the Wii shipped is what it sold."
Pretty much. Hey man, it had the backing of Oprah. What was great? Like, imagine if you had Oprah's backing now, especially now that there's social media. I mean, Oprah had that influence when there was just TV. Like that's crazy. Oprah had that influence with just TV. Imagine Oprah with like co-signing your stuff on social media and TV now. That's what it did.
She was standing behind the Wii back in the day. I don't remember that.
No, she put the Wii. She goes, "Everybody check out underneath their seats." Everybody reach out to get a Wii. I was like, damn.
And then that's what soccer moms and grandmothers went crazy over it after that.
They promised themselves they were going to lose weight with that balance board and Wii Fit, and sold them to everybody.
Yep. Oh man. Yeah. So I sent out a couple of PS5s this week. I sent Bond. I sent yours out.
Yep. I'm actually afraid to open it or plug it in until both these consoles. Yeah, I'm sorry, but this whole the whole PC is too expensive thing. When you got guys like Rev spending $400 or $500 on storage is crazy, and two, these games and systems are having massive problems.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about it later, but yeah. So I platinum Miles Morales. That took me about 20 hours. In 20 hours, I had 3 crashes. The game, just random parts of the game, you get the error screen, it crashed, and it's part of it is to be expected at a console launch. But at the same time, I don't think I've had any game crash 3 times, ever before this, right? Maybe twice, but 3 times, and in a 20-hour experience, nah.
At least they're correctable issues. And I'm looking at consoles. I'm just worrying about the mechanical issues, like do the fans and the disk drive work, and does it not red ring or yellow light of death? Everything else, I hope, can just be ironed out in the weeks or the month afterwards.
I haven't encountered anything like console bricking or game breaking or anything like that.
Yeah, I had to buy a new power. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say when stuff happens, we're definitely going to hear about it right away. I think I think Shinobi or somebody like that pointed out that this is like big
Smoove.
This is a big social media era, so like we're bound to hear it a lot easier than we did
Yeah.
when the PS4 and the Xbox One launched. I heard about all the failures, the disc grinding in the Xbox One. There was a lot of failures with the Xbox One. It first came out. It's nothing like 360, but I know we're bound to hear it, and I know people are complaining about a lot of PlayStation 5 errors they're hearing, or bricks or problems. And I have to remind people that you're just gonna hear it. It's gonna rise to the top of people's attention, even if it's only 6 people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because it's the whole spotlight is on a console's launch. So if like you said, even if it's less than 1% out of these, I don't know how many consoles are actually out there. You know, millions of at least 1 million PS5s and Xbox. If it happens to less than 1% of them, it's a highlight. You know, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're guessing there's like 2 million Xbox Series consoles out there. So there's probably another 2 million or 3 million PS5s or 4 million in the markets that they're launching. Their global market launch is Thursday, I think, the 19th. So yeah, you are going to hear about it. If you're on Twitter, if somebody's console like catches on fire, you're going to hear about it, and it doesn't mean that it's millions of consoles that it's happening. And that's something that we'll talk about later on.
Because it happens every generation, you know, especially the fake stories, which we're going to get into, you know. Oh, man. That's why I tell people, listen, don't fall for anything you hear, you know. Aside from, like, you know, stuff that people can prove, like crashes and stuff they can prove with a screen, don't fall for none of this other stuff about, you know, consoles burning down my apartment. I'm like, yeah, all right. Don't fall for none of that stuff. People do this every generation with these fake stories.
Yep.
Yo, what's good, guys?
What's up?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man.
Yeah.
This guy Jay Barry wilding out on Twitter with his hypocrisy.
Oh, what I'm doing? I'm just posting up my clips and gameplay, man. That's all I'm doing.
That's not what you were doing before with Persona Plays.
I mean, Bond, man, we gotta come to the realization that PC gamers, you gotta step it up a little bit now when these consoles are out.
That's no, a 2060 is doing things on par with these consoles. But my whole point is this. Y'all can't sit up here and say that Xbox has no games and they have nothing but games you can play on the original Xbox, and who cares if they run at high resolutions or frame rates, when that's all you're really playing right now on your PS5. Higher versions and better looking PS4 games than Spider-Man. Better looking PS3 games than Demon's Souls. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm about to starve you on that argument.
Did you guys look at God of War running on PS5? Oh man.
I didn't do it.
No.
I loaded it up and you go to performance. It's funny, you go to resolution mode, it looks just like I remember it on PS4. And then I go to the performance mode and it's running like 60 FPS, like across the board. As much as I played, I didn't really see it dropping. Nowhere near anything that I would ever even bother complaining about. It looks phenomenal. It looks like a current generation game, like a next generation, because that's like one of the best looking games ever made. I'm like, this is like, say goodbye to the Jag cores, boys, because we are like in real gaming for once. You know, those of us who played on PC a bunch, like this is what we've been waiting for. Those darn consoles to get rid of those CPUs that were so bottlenecked. Like, yeah, have fun playing last generation games the way they should look and feel. That's all right by me.
Because here's the thing, right? Even though I'm still going to be buying like most of my multiplats on PC still, it's not like a given or an automatic thing as it was last generation. Because even though the PC, you know, I can customize it to be at the highest settings, you know, it probably won't be at the highest settings at 60 frames on the PS5. The margin of difference is still like it's smaller now, you know, with the new with the next gen consoles.
I'll sum it up for you a much easier way. You wanted to play Nioh 2. You're not playing it on console because it runs bad.
Terrible.
Now here's the difference. While I would rather play it on PC, and I'll wait for it on PC, if it was 2 months to come on PC, I could wait.
Yeah.
But if it's like 6 months or a year, and I know the console version, while not looking as good, still runs at 60, I would buy it on the consoles.
Exactly, because I mean, it's what Nioh 2 on PS5 probably won't be native 4K, maybe 1800p, 600 frames. I mean, 600 frames, 60 FPS. I mean, that's better than Nioh, which was the original Nioh. I had that was like 720p 60 on the PS4. It was terrible, terrible. So 40p and higher, that's acceptable. That's okay. 60 frames, that's that's fine. So it's not a clear,
That 3080 makes that 60. Oh, that 120 is so nice now.
Yeah.
But 60 is still good. I can't, and you guys would always call me, oh, Bond, you won't play anything at 30. Nope. Can't do 30. 30 is just, couldn't do it. But now,
30.
if I buy, 30 is just trash.
It sucks going back to Watch Dogs Legions, which Ubisoft chose to make it 30 on a next generation console. It's like, and I'll go back from playing Valhalla, I'll go over to Watch Dogs, like, oh gosh, it looks like trash. And it's a sharp looking game, like it's high quality visuals for what it is.
Yep.
And console games look great, but they just have never ran really great on a lot of titles. And Watch Dogs looks really sharp. I can take a screenshot that'll blow your mind away, but then when you see it in motion, you're like, oh, nice flip book. Because that 30 frames is like, we're not ready. We don't want that anymore.
We never wanted it. Console games just had to deal with it.
Yeah. And because like the Spider-Man, the fidelity and then the performance mode. So I beat Spider-Man Platinum and everything like that. And I did the whole thing on performance, right?
Yo, you platinum Spider-Man already?
Yeah.
Yo, you're a nerd, BG.
What do you mean, sir? I didn't play anything else. I zoned in.
Miles Morales, you platinum already?
Yeah, platinum.
You know why he has a problem? He has a problem because his is still on his hard drive and you deleted yours.
Yeah, my game's already deleted. It's gone already. I platinum it, deleted it. And I just zoned in and put all my time into it because I only play one game at a time. So when you play one game at a time, it's not hard to platinum.
You ain't try out Astrobot yet?
I haven't touched nothing else yet. I play one game at a time, sir. I play.
Yeah, I need Jordan to do that, bro. Like that, I've been like losing it, but
it's like a buffet over there on PS5, man. I had to try everything, BG. I had to try the wings. I had to try the salad. You know what I mean?
Because look, I like I said, I beat it on performance mode, right? Whole entire game, even new game plus performance mode. Then at the very end, when I platinum the game, I'm like, let me just see what fidelity mode looks like, just for the visuals and everything like that.
It's not worth it.
I'm like, oh my god, this is a slideshow. Like, it's because
I'm playing on
listen, I told the console dudes, I was like, listen, because I know a lot of people play on PC also. We already know, right? We already know what the difference is going to be. But I'm telling you, if you're not used to 60 frames, right? Because you're used to mainly playing on consoles, these games are going to ruin it for you. Because when I tell you, when I just turned it on just to look at the visuals, I turned it off in about 10 seconds. It looks like a slideshow at 30. It does. I was like, oh my god, this looks. I don't care how much ray tracing you put in that. It is not worth playing at 30. There's no amount of ray tracing.
I'll tell you guys what I did, right? There was a section, and because I'm playing them on performance mode, but there are sections like when the cutscenes hit and you have to when there's less combat and you're just walking around with mouse and stuff like that. I do go back, switch to fidelity mode to do the walk through the town and the interaction with stuff, and then once it get ready for combat, I go back, change it to performance. I know it brings you back to the checkpoint, but the loading is so fast, it's not that big of a deal. But that's the only time I switch to fidelity mode is during that crowded area where you're looking at like when Miles' mom's
the town,
everything. So I was like, I'm gonna take a look at this. I don't care if it's running at 60 during this part, but as soon as the fight happened, I was like, all right, let me go switch.
Yeah, the festival. Yeah.
I wanted to play my first playthrough in something I haven't experienced before. I already experienced 60 frames and all that before. Ray tracing is something I haven't experienced, and it looks great. I don't understand.
The thing about ray tracing that what I'm learning though, and this is why I'm a little bit more bitter about Watch Dogs than I was before, is because I saw what freaking Dirt did, and I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I'm like, you could literally cheat and make a bootleg version of like ray tracing with different metrics that's a less hit to performance and get 60. And that's why I was like, all right, ray trace is not really worth it. And if you could literally mimic it, you can mimic that feature.
We've been seeing screen space reflections for years, like a decade or more, that look really great. Even the Spider-Man, the original, has screen space reflections. It all looks great. Like, I'm not taking that hit to play at 30 to see a real reflection. I'm with Smoove. It's not worth it.
Can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question while I got y'all here? Yo, can y'all hear me? Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah. What's up, Jimmy?
I want to make a confession here, and y'all are all allowed to roast me. I'm sure Bond is going to definitely roast me.
Hold up. You were the one that held up Ubisoft in Canada?
No. I really I want y'all to explain this to me seriously. I'm gonna be that guy right now. I know everyone's gonna cook me for this, but I want to confess it. It's a confession. I changed all my cables. I upgraded my monitor. I did everything I could to get to these high frame rates, right? And I just want to confess that I can't tell the difference.
What? Between 30 and 60?
Well, you know why?
I can't tell the difference between 30, 60, 120, nothing.
And you know why?
I want to know what's wrong with me, though. That's what I think it is. Smoove. I really legit think that might be what it is.
Wait. But Jimmy, you play on PC, don't you?
Yeah, and I play at 60 like primarily all the time, but I can't tell the difference, bro. And I be like, yo, damn, when I hear y'all talk about this, I be sitting there feeling like something's wrong with me.
So is this just something you discovered, or you always felt this way?
I always felt this way, and I just wonder what's wrong. I keep upgrading shit, and I can't.
I gotta cook. First of all, your first issue is you have that welfare peasant video card,
right?
You probably
mind cooking.
I know I'm gonna get cooked. I already knew what I was gonna cook.
You need to upgrade yourself to something sufficient like a 3080. I only upgrade every 4 years, so when I upgrade, I'm gonna have to rub that in.
Hold on, what GPU are you using right now?
I'm using a 1080 Ti right now. That's why I know
60 frames will feel different.
He should be able to see that and feel that.
You should be getting 60 on about any game you want at 1080p or higher.
And now with the PlayStation with Spider-Man, I keep going from 30 to 60.
Are you using like a Zenith TV or something with like?
No, I got an LG. I got an LG CX, the 120 hertz joint.
You might have a Magnavox.
I changed my HDMI cords and everything.
My second,
you got the GCX, not the LG.
He got a GL.
I got an LG CX.
Hey, let me just do.
Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy, we got to finish, Jimmy.
Yeah,
How you gold chaining, but you can't tell, but you colorblind?
Yo, I might be that too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't understand
this. Spending gold chain money when you can't? And first of all, how you driving Ubers when you can't tell the difference between 30 and 60?
I can't, bro. I've been trying to see the difference. Even with the Spider-Man, I've been rocking that Spider-Man on the PS4. I switched to the PS5. I tried some of these. I know life did. I'll damn near beat it, and I can't tell. I keep switching between 30 and 60, and I'm like, all I see is the graphical difference. I do not see anything else.
I thought
this isn't a bad problem to have, though, Jimmy. Because in reality, you're saving yourself so much money. Imagine if all of us.
He's already spent the money, though. I think you need to get somebody to calibrate your LG set, make sure you don't have motion smoothing on, or make sure you're in game mode. There's a bunch of stuff.
Well, we're talking about Jimmy just revealed. No, Jimmy just revealed to us. Jimmy just revealed to us that all this time that we've known this man, he's now telling us like we feel betrayed that he claiming he can't see the difference between 30 and 60 all of a sudden.
Yeah, you already know who's about to roast Jimmy the hardest.
Jimmy,
you right now.
I think he's trolling us. I think he's trolling us.
You better hope Hard 8 be watching.
I think he's trolling.
Jimmy be trolling.
Hard 8 is about to cook your shit.
But let me do the podcast intro. We can get into the topics because like I still think Jimmy's doing a long troll game right now. But anyway, Weapon Wheel Podcast episode 261, I think. Yeah, 261. Appreciate all the viewers for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button. We definitely appreciate that. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Check out the Weapon Wheel Patreon. Link is in the description for that. Hit the join button, become a member of the channel. We got emotes and chat badges and all that. If you join the Patreon, you get automatic access to the Discord. If you want to submit a video to be featured during the podcast, just send it to weaponwheelpress@gmail.com. And yeah, that's it. Let's do these intros. Let's start with our guest, Colt Eastwood. What's going on, man?
Hey, thanks for having me on. It's been a long time coming, and thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. You too, huh, Colt?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, man. Well, DG's great on these invites. I'll tell you
your
that.
graphics is fire too, dog.
Listen, I try to invite the most prestigious and qualified guests per episode.
Essentially, Smoove, he's trying to tell you he actually needs somebody that can make the Xbox look good and not bad.
Well, I'll try, but yeah, we'll see.
Smoove be making me want to take a brick to an Xbox after he talks about it.
Oh man! Shout out to Soul King with the $50 super chat.
Nice.
Keep up the great work. I rock with y'all always. Like and subscribe. I know what that's about. He been selling them T-shirts. Them T-shirts been going crazy.
Yeah,
so I know where that money coming from. All them T-shirts he been selling lately.
What's he doing that Jiggy merch ain't doing?
Oh
Hey man, hey, he doing his thing. I ain't mad at him. I always
shout out to the homie. Shout out to the homie.
I
But
still
BG,
young black kings out there getting that bag. You feel me?
but BG, you might as well run that 50 over here though.
We gonna talk about that. It's a tie. It's a tie. The bet's off. It's a tie.
No tie.
Our other guest, Jay Bari.
Oh shit,
Yo,
Jay
what's
Barry in
good,
there?
guys, man? Yo, after 5 years, Jack.
Yo, what's
your boy
good, my
is
boy?
back on Weapon Wheel Podcast, man. I appreciate the invite, man. I appreciate it. Yo, you know what? I wrote an intro just because it's been such a long time. So I'm not going to read it, because it's too long. But I appreciate the invite. Let's have a great show.
All right, Jack.
What's good, everybody? It's finally here. Next generation. Are y'all happy? We happy. We're gonna talk about it. All right. What's good with y'all?
All right, Bond.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome with your favorite house. We'll just say household. We'll just say household me. I mean, Twitter was pretty lit today with the hood boogers, but it's a very depressing day.
Well, them Eagles ass.
Exactly. The Eagles are just straight up gutter trash. Well, on the bright side, 3080 looking good, running everything at a smooth 120.
Oh boy.
And the PlayStation 5 will be coming on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
And Smoove, I'm gonna need all my coins in December to get my games. Appreciate that. Smoove, what do you want for Christmas though, man? You deserve a Christmas gift this year. Smoove.
Bond later.
Oh, really?
Later, Bond. Later, Bond.
Wow.
Smooth the intro.
I'm gonna post my Christmas list on Twitter.
Okay. I think Smoove deserves. What do you guys think? Did Smoove deserve something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Smooth. Your intro.
Man, what's up? Everybody, it's the Best Spot Kid Smoove. Happy to be here. Next Generation is here. Welcome to the podcast, and we got Cole Eastwood in the house. So, enjoy the show.
Keep it in the pants, Smoove.
Yeah, he definitely the Best Buy. He sound like he buying.
All right, and Jimmy, you were going in and out, but I think you're okay now.
Hey, Joe, what's up, man? It's J Mega Games. I'm here. Can't wait to talk about these next generation consoles, especially this PlayStation 4.5. Yeah.
All right.
Jimmy be blind.
All right. So we're mainly, I think in this episode, we're mainly going to talk about, our thoughts on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox. But before we get into that, there's just some other stuff to touch on. So yesterday there was what we thought was a hostage situation at Ubisoft, but it turns out that it was just a swatting, and so the police got called to the Ubisoft Montreal studio. Everybody seems to be all right. Everything is good. Just a fake swatting situation. And listen, I wouldn't be. I'm pretty sure it's a game. It's a gamer behind. It's just an upset, disgruntled gamer mad at Ubisoft or something, and they go and do it.
Jimmy, you was mad you couldn't see 60 frames?
Now, Watch Dogs been crashing people's displays.
Yeah.
Causing some hardware issues for people.
So
People
They do need to hurry up and fix that and let people know that, but they're not. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, I've been hearing it.
That's not an excuse to swat a studio, though.
I mean, if you got a display and it crashes on you and you got to buy a new one, and they're telling you it ain't us, you might get mad.
Hey, well, yeah. Well, good thing everybody over there at Ubisoft Montreal is all safe. It was just a swatting situation, so everything's all good. Okay.
It's something going on in the gaming industry with people's things crashing. I don't know what it is. It's not just that game though, but it's randomly happening.
No.
Xbox, PlayStation, PC, all these new games are doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So other than that, so I saw a few people. I don't put too much weight and people who claim that they are insiders and everything like that, aside from a few trusted sources. But I saw a few people actually speculating, saying that PlayStation is going to announce that they bought Bluepoint Games sometime this week. There was rumors about it, a few days ago. Now they're saying they're going to announce it this week. I'm not sure if I believe that they're going to buy them, but I don't know if it's actually going to be announced this week. The only thing I care about is that they don't just limit Bluepoint to making remakes. Yes, they are the masters. They are the masters of remakes. We know they do an amazing job, but I think it makes no sense to just buy an entire studio just to do shit that's already been done.
I disagree, but
oh, come on, Jack.
If you look at a majority of games that's been coming out the past couple of years that have been doing really well, they're all remakes. I mean, most of them are remakes. Think about it. RE2, RE3, Mafia, Final Fantasy VII, Demon Soul, like Crash, Spyro. Like, bro, if you look around and check the landscape of gaming, there is a huge. And you got to remember, bro, just because me and you played these games goddamn 20 years ago, a lot of these people are new to gaming. It's new gamers every day. They've never played these games. They've just heard about them. So to be able to play old, great games in a higher fidelity, there's nothing wrong with that, BG. You have to open up your eyes, baby.
I don't think the PlayStation of library games, I don't think they have that many games that are worth working on 3 to 4 years. There might be
how many dormant IPs people been crying for PlayStation to bring back, bro?
Oh, yeah.
People cry for
Typhon Filter, Legend of Dragoon is a big one, bro.
I don't think
SOCOM, like it's a lot of shit they can do.
I don't think Siphon Filter or SOCOM doesn't need a remake. They need a reboot. So
either or, yeah. So, you know what I mean?
Listen, I just want Bluepoint to make their own games. I don't want them recycle. I don't want them doing an amazing recycle job anymore.
So if they make a new game, right, you get what you want, but the game reviews poorly, but you still support it.
That means that PlayStation made a mistake.
No.
Yes, it means that you bought a studio who can only make shadow clones.
Bro, you tripping right now. Hey, did you read that rumor that the dude said on the what the fuck is that bullshit? Reset Era? He said one of the main reasons they would buy Bluepoint would be so Bluepoint can make their own IP. So they ain't just swimming in money over there.
That's why the acquisition would help them.
But they're clearly capable at making games that people want to play. So if they do a new IP and it fail, I mean, hey man. It just be like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say they made a mistake though.
I think Bluepoint is this is like all technical practice for them. I think the technical side of it, they would have no problem making a game. I think the challenge would be on the creative and conceptual side of making the game. Making a story. We don't know if they could make a great story. They would have to hire probably a great writer and all that stuff, because the technical stuff that's all numbers and math and algorithms. The creative stuff, that's all in your mind. We don't know if they have the staff for that. But listen, I would rather take the chance with a new game. Did
any of y'all ever go to the website and see how it looks?
Or website?
Yeah,
it's like taken over by PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't look.
I'm on it right now. Yeah.
You talking about Bluepoint?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all they make is
the last PlayStation game was Titanfall port to the 360. Yeah.
It looks like a PlayStation website.
And you look at their catalog, is majority is remasters and remakes. They made one game that is Blast Factor that's on PS3. You guys remember
Potential Collection? I didn't know that.
Well,
so PS5?
Like I said, I just hope they make new games. But that's just my thoughts. We'll see what happens this week. We'll see what happens. Okay. All right. I think we can. Ghost of Tsushima became the fastest selling original PlayStation 4 games. They announced that this past week.
As they should.
So yeah, that's good for them. And yeah, I think we can get into the PlayStation and Xbox stuff. Oh, before that, Smoove, me and Smoove had a bet that but who would get the higher Metacritic between Ghost of Tsushima and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Ghost is at an 83. When you average out all the reviews for Valhalla, it all comes to an 83 also. So right now,
like 83 and a half.
So y'all calling
no,
the draw? Y'all calling
it's
the
an
draw?
83. Yeah, I'm calling it a draw. It's an 83.
Smoove, your counter proposal?
I think if we do the averages, it's going to show above an 83. I think it's going to be like an 83.5.
I thought you guys were doing the first to 50.
If you want to be technical, even though games have the same review scores, you can go into Metacritic and see which one is technically higher. If y'all want to do it like that.
Let's see what OpenCritic says.
But then again, that type of shit get messy because you're doing an aggregate of like 4 versions. So if Ghost of Tsushima higher than like 2 of them and then 3 of them behind that, how y'all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean we can call it a tie.
No, Smoove never give up.
Oh my god!
If you want to keep it a buck, this game is under some agenda, bro. Yo, I'm watching and reading reviews, and everybody listing game-breaking bugs right at the end, 8 and 9s. How is that possible, bro? I don't know what the hell is going on here with this game.
Hold on, what's that open?
What were you saying, Colt?
OpenCritic, which does an aggregate of all the industry scores and takes out some of the riffraff, I guess. Like, I think it takes out what Metacritic will take like Polygon score and give them a number, even though they don't use a number system. So OpenCritic is the most accurate, and the win goes to Ghost of Tsushima at 85 and Valhalla's at 84.
Well, no, our bet was Metacritic.
Agree to that.
Yeah, I'm okay with calling the bet a tie and calling it off. Smoove, be okay with that.
Yeah, it's a Metacritic bet, but
what was the bet? What was the
I said Valhalla had to score higher than Ghosts.
Well, who won? You got to buy them a game.
Yeah, I was trying to get that.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing: all versions have been reviewed except for the PS5 version of Valhalla. So you got to wait till that.
Yep.
And that would be the deciding factor. Because they have the PS4 version, the Xbox One version, and the Xbox Series version, and the PC version.
I don't know if they're going to review the PS5 version anymore, though. Are they really going to review that, though?
They got to.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't have to.
Hold up.
Yeah, because there's dedicated PlayStation websites that is probably going to review that version.
We'll see.
The reviews is going to come.
Smoove, before you cancel this bet, the Series X version has an 85, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that the lowest the PS5 version would get would probably be around an 85 or an 84. You would win. If they just transferred those same reviews, you would win.
But they might transfer this to PlayStation. See, man, dog.
You got to make a decision.
Smoove, just call it off. Let's call it a tie. Smoove, call it off, man.
I call it Smoove.
Call it off.
Because like I said, they treat third-party games different when it comes to PlayStation. They don't like them shits, yo. They do not like third-party games on PlayStation.
Advisor, I would highly suggest you take this bet.
Smoove, he just wants money from you later on. Smoove, call off the bet.
The Stadia review ain't either.
He's trying to weasel out of giving you money.
I'm not. It's a tie. Just call it off. Just call it off, Smoove. It's over. It's done.
Do you wait till the PS5 reviews?
Smoove. Do you realize unless the PlayStation 5 gets like in the upper 80s, it's gonna take in the upper 80s for it to bring the score up. Even if it gets like an 82, I think the score goes down or something like that.
It only needs an 84 to win. He would need an 82 to lose.
Are you willing
it's
to?
closer to 84 than it is to 82 right now.
Exactly. He would need an 84 to win and 82 to lose. 83 it remains the same.
All right. Well, Smoove, you got by the end of the night. I want to move on. Right. You let me know, but don't let these men persuade you. But I'm just trying to get money out of you. I'm looking out for you.
How am I getting money out of Smoove? By you put money in his pocket.
You playing the long game. We know you, Bond. You playing the long game.
I don't want my meal ticket to lose money to anybody but
me.
I want him to beat. I want Smoove to beat everybody else but me.
Yeah, we know. Okay, so all right, let's talk about PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series SX. So I just want to go around and let everybody just give their little, I guess, quick impressions. We're going to get into the more specific stuff, the UI, the controllers, the games, and all that stuff. But I just want everybody to give just an impression of their experience with the console, whatever console they have so far. Let's start with you, Colt.
All right. Well, I started with the Series X because I had that for pre-review, and that was kind of a rough review. But like Valhalla on it is finally that next generation experience. You know, getting to see something. I was playing Watch Dogs early, but that's 30 frames. We already talked about that earlier in the show. So that was not a good experience in my opinion. And then Valhalla looks great. I got the PS5 day one when it came out. So I played through almost all the entire content in Astrobot. That game's I don't ever play games like that. And I had a ton of fun. Played that game with my family and played that by myself. And that was just like a really great introduction into what the DualSense controller does. And that controller is like the real deal. And I wish Xbox would have elevated the game with the controller. I feel like the Xbox controller is near perfect, but then when I played with the DualSense, I'm like, oh, there's more you can do. Like, it's great. And so that's a really cool experience. And then I've played around with the S a little bit, just trying Valhalla. That game runs at 30 because I don't know why Ubisoft, but whatever. But I'm having a good time right now, and I'm really, really happy. And I know people are experiencing problems, but so far, so good for me.
Okay. Smoove, your quick rundown, summary of your experience so far?
So far, it's been it's been pretty cool. Obviously, the Xbox Series X and S came out first. Quick setup, like ultra quick. It took minutes to set them both up. In terms of like the games, obviously is third party heavy, but Quick Resume just coming in clutch. PlayStation, obviously, it's been said many times before. The controller is dope. Astrobot is the killer app for the controller. Spider-Man, I'm currently playing now, and I'm waiting on Demon Souls, but I'm liking what they're doing with the controller. And some, like I said, the UI looks clean and great. There's some changes that they made that I'm not like really, I guess, the best fan of, but I'm pretty sure I'll get used to it. But other than that, this is like I feel like the first time like you got the two new consoles coming out and there's not really a glaring disappointment in any particular thing outside of hardware failures. But I'm knocking on wood because I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about it and have one of my systems go down. So,
right. Okay. Jack, let's get your thoughts.
Got my PS5 day one. You know what I mean? Honestly, aside from a few UI changes that I really don't agree with or understand the logic of, other than that, I've been having a blast with my PlayStation 5. I think a lot of people thought I didn't want to like the system, or they thought I don't know what the fuck people thought, but I'm enjoying the system. Been playing Miles Morales, great game. Been playing, what else I've been playing? 2K, not so great game. Played Astrobot, definitely. And the thing y'all gotta understand, I know a lot of people don't understand. If you have not played with the DualSense on a PS5, you really can't explain haptic feedback, right? The shit is really like mind blowing, right? It's like I said on Twitter, like Rumble controls with some crack sprinkled on them. It's like times 10. Like it's crazy. So been having a good time. Satisfied with my purchase so far, and yeah, good shit.
Okay. So I got my PS5, of course. Day one. And Platinum Miles Morales already. Yeah, I know lifed it. Played my games one at a time. So yeah, that was a good experience. I think that's a great starter experience. For the PlayStation. I'm gonna try out Astrobot. Not my type of game that I would usually play, but people all I've been hearing that people say it's the best pack-in game ever. It's the best free game to come with a console ever. So I'm gonna check that out. It took me about 20 hours to platinum Miles Morales. In that time, I had 3 crashes. So, these consoles, obviously, they got some bugs and some kinks to work out and everything like that. It's to be somewhat expected. I don't really have any problem with anything else. I mean, I'm cool with the UI. A UI is a UI to me. I only care as long as it doesn't lag, and as long as it's not super complicated to find stuff you want. I don't really care what the UI is really like. The controller DualSense is great. I don't think, like I said, I only play Miles Morales, so I don't think Miles Morales went crazy with the haptic feedback and the triggers and all that stuff. It's good, it's nice and everything like that. But I've seen like what people have posted, like how what Call of Duty does with it, with the different guns and how the triggers act. And I think like some other games would probably be a better experience to see what they do with the haptic feedback and the triggers. Over Miles Morales and stuff like that. So I'll see with those games. So who else had? Bari, tell us your experience.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the PS5. I didn't get the Series X. But yeah, I've been having a blast on it, man. The UI definitely did take quite a bit to get used to it, but once you start exploring and getting that muscle memory right, it's really, really good. The only one thing I have a gripe with when it comes to the UI is one of the best things about the PlayStation 4, the PS functionality, the PS button functionality. Like say you're in the looking at your trophies or you're in the settings and you just double tap, you'll go right back into the game. Now you pretty much have to just press the PS button and probably use the switcher or go home and get back to the game. It's not like it's a long step because the UI is very, very fast, but imagine just having that double tap feature back in there, that functionality with that PS button, it'll be even quicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, it's really been a good time. Call of Duty using the DualSense. A lot of people say, "Oh, but third party won't use the DualSense." You're lying. Yo, Call of Duty, every single gun feels different because of that DualSense and how you have to press that trigger. Each gun have like a different trigger point where you have to push down with that the what you call it, adaptive triggers. Craziness, man, craziness. Astrobot really good. I would consider one of the best. One of the best. I'm not going to say the best, but it's one of the best acting games there. And Spider-Man, I've been playing that. I haven't got to play Demon Souls yet, I've been playing Godfall as well too. That game is pretty good too. No, it's pretty good. It took me a while to get used to.
Is it pretty good, or does it just look pretty good?
No, it looks pretty good, but the game is good. If you like a looter game, if you like Destiny and those type of games, you're gonna like.
I think Destiny people would probably disagree with you. I don't know. We got to get.
Nah, I mean, other than the shooting, it's the same kind of concept that you have in there. But the game is pretty good. I'm not saying it's great or anything like that because I'm just playing through the story and only got 2 hours in. I got used to the combat now. I'm getting comfortable with it, and I'm having a good time with Godfall.
Okay. And Jimmy, you don't have anything yet, right? Because I'm providing you with.
Yeah, but I played it. I just want to say that real quick. From what I've seen, I spent the day playing the PS5. Everything that people are complaining about is valid, but the thing that you guys have to realize when you look at it is kind of obvious. They're gonna update the UI, the interface, all that stuff is just them rushing it out. So, in my personal opinion, I'm not ready to judge the consoles just yet. But I think people should just wait till when this is out there and give them time to do some updates. I'm pretty sure that this is not the final form of the UI and the console because it is buggy a little bit. But like I said, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm gonna wait. I want to see what they upgraded to.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I don't know if you guys are talking about the issues yet or anything like that.
We can touch on that now.
A lot of people was having issues with the console. I'm not saying that these consoles don't have major issues, but a lot of people have issues with the console because they're not going through the settings and actually learning the console. There's so much people that have DM me because I put up a video on YouTube or on Twitter. Twitter saying that I'm having no issues on rest mode. And I've been getting mad DMs like, yo, my controllers aren't charging. My system goes into rest mode. And you can fine tune all of that stuff in the settings. I know a lot of people, they just went and skipped the whole setup procedure with the PlayStation because they gave you different power setting presets. And I know people skipped it because a lot of people have those things that I have on. They had it off. And that's why their console's been turning off. Their DualSense is not charging. One dude tried to charge his Oculus on there, saying his Oculus ain't charging. You know what I mean? But and as soon as I tell them, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. It's like, oh, it's fixed. No issue. A lot of the issues are self-inflicting, man. People just got to, explore a little bit around the console. It's not the PS4, guys. It's not. Let's chalk it up. It's not the PlayStation 4.
So how you suggest they fix the memory thing and the graphical shit?
What are you talking about?
The other issues.
What are you talking about? Graphical?
Wait. I don't know.
No,
What issue you're
like
talking
I'm just going based off what I saw on like Twitter. The when I say graphical, like the I don't know if you saw like videos of people's images.
Artifacting? Oh, you mean like?
Oh,
Okay. He's talking about some people were reporting, like they were getting artifacts and just like half green screens and stuff like that. It's almost like a the screen of death type thing. I saw like one or two people with that.
Yeah, I'm not saying people don't have issues like that. Or those are not legit. I'm talking about the ones where people was talking about my controller not charging in rest mode. It's legit a thing you can enable to have your stuff charged while in rest mode. And you have a time slot where you can make it charge for 3 hours, 5 hours, or always charge. A lot of people have it on short times. And like, yo, my controller isn't fully charged because you have it for like 3 hours because the DualSense is a much bigger battery, right? And, people's not getting a full charge, but you can adjust all those things and fine tune the console.
As far as the bugs go, the other bugs like what Smoove was talking about, whether because I've seen it both. People talk about whether it's the bricking or which I think are like isolated incidents. That's not a widespread issue. People getting bricked consoles or something like that, or when it comes to the the artifacting or the crashing. Like I still think even with all these issues, buying a console day one is still worth all of that. Do you, like I said, Spider-Man crashed 3 times on me. Do I? Yeah. But like out of the 20 hours of the enjoyment I had in the game, I can't tell you like, oh, it's not worth it because the game crashed 3 times. I mean, the game crashed 3 times and it literally put me back. It's funny because it put me back instantly, and it put me back like in the mission, like I think a few times exactly where I was in the mission. I thought it would I got to restart the whole mission. No, it put me back right there.
Yo, let me find out where you crashed at, BG, because my game crashed on me the first time when I was in the rock song, like on the the little little places, and it crashed on me there, and it had to reset. I sent the report and all that, and it loaded me right back to where I was at. Like, okay. No issue here. So
it comes with the territory, like because some people try to make it seem like, oh, this is why I don't buy consoles at launch. Listen, the reward is way more than the faults of any consoles in my opinion. There's way more reward than the risk. So anybody saying like, listen, you want to talk about beta testing console? The only time you're not beta testing a console is pretty much when you don't own it anymore. You're beta testing a console up until the next console you buy. Like the PS4 and Xbox One were dropping updates literally up until the last month. They're probably still going to drop updates. Like they
got a major update with PS4 that nobody.
Yeah, like what was it? The 7.
You literally got to opt into. You got to opt into the beta. Yeah.
Yeah, the 7.0. It was a PlayStation.
Today?
No, he's not.
So I got a question, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch didn't have all these issues.
The motherfuckers were melting, though.
Yeah, weren't they melting and bending like the Joy-Cons? I remember.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses from the PC has issues fan base. I'm just trying to keep it a buck.
What they call these consoles?
They call them PCs.
The PlayStation 5 and the Series X. What else do they call them? I mean, you guys are talking about like updates and drivers and compatibility issues.
Yo, Bon, when you see that PS5, when you see it, it might be bigger. It's bigger than your PC.
It's probably bigger than your PC, actually. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like I thought these issues were PC exclusives.
I mean,
plug and play, BG.
Here's the thing, right? Listen, y'all know I have my fair share of some issues on PC. But the thing about PC is when something doesn't work on PC, and Tick, I see you in the chat. You can go slap yourself. The thing about PC, you gotta go troubleshoot and go look in some forums on Google. And
there's always a different problem for the same issue. Like
exactly, like the thing is when a game crashes on console, you don't have to go Google nothing. Typically, you just open it back up and you play the game.
You know what you have to do, BG?
What?
You can't do anything. You gotta wait.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's usually not a problem that stops you from playing a game. Like I've never had I've never had a situation on a console where I could not play the game. There may be bugs, there may be something like there's literally situations, and I've proven them. You know, Bond, where literally games on PC just won't boot, just won't open.
If I put my PS5 in rest mode and it bricks, can I continue playing my game?
No, listen, like I said, I've never had that, and once again, those are still like the small percentage of people.
Like PC issues, the small.
PC issues are not small percentage. Bond, stop this, Bod.
So we back to your defense. That's a you problem, huh?
Listen, I'm gonna need you PC guys to stop this. Y'all know how PC does and how PC gets. Stop acting like this is it's not an isolated issue on PC, because literally even on Steam, right? When you have a issue on Steam, let's say whatever game, I don't know. When you go to the game's discussion board, what do you see? Literally threads, like 50 pages of people talking about the same issues that you're having, and this is game specific. Like usually, like if it's console, like sometimes it could just be a console issue. With PC, it'd be like game specific issues, and then it'll have compatibility issues with your specific PC. Like it's a whole different world.
I need to read this off real quick. Now, if I had a PC that behaved like this, I just need your opinion. Now, if I had a PC that I couldn't use USBs on startup, would that be an issue?
Sure.
If I had a PC where I couldn't unplug anything or move or use anything during a data transfer, maneuvering files, would that be an issue?
Sure, it would be.
If I had a PC I couldn't put into sleep mode or use an external hard drive, would that be an issue?
It would be.
What happens if I had to use Wi-Fi and I could only use the short-ass HDMI cable that came with my graphics card? Would that be an issue?
These, like I said, these issues that are being listen, Bond, let me tell you what this is. Let me tell you what you're talking about. What you're talking about is vape pen problems, okay? This is vape pen problems. Like most of this stuff is like not actually factual widespread issues.
If my computer had these issues, would it be a problem?
It would be.
Now, if I had to update my mouse before using it, would that be an issue? If I had to go with it, make sure I go in there and manually update. So I'm confused that these consoles are having, and you know what? I'm going to give props to Microsoft here, which is very rare, I know. But it seems that the PlayStation is having far more issues than the Xbox.
No, I've seen people complain about both. Listen. Like I said, only thing I've had is crashes. All the other issues that you're talking about, people said that, listen, these aren't actual like widespread problems at all that most people are having, like whatsoever. Like that whole don't transfer or USB, like people aren't really having those issues. Like people on the internet, when it comes to new consoles, they start to overblow and make shit up, just like the Xbox vape pen shit. But like even before the consoles came out, what do people say? Oh, they're heating up to like 100 degrees, and
those are just uninformed fanboys. Those aren't real problems.
And most of these aren't real problems either. Like some of the stuff you talk, like HDMI and USB not working. These aren't real problems people have.
The majority of the things that you just mentioned too, you can enable those things in your settings. I'm telling you, a lot of people pick the wrong presets or whatever, and they have those things turned off.
Presets? I thought consoles were plug and play. You don't gotta mess with
he said it.
Hey, Bond, listen. Hey, Bond, I ain't about to deal with you today. Listen, the crashes are absolutely confused. The crashes are absolutely happening. Nobody denies that. Like I said, 3 times crashed. Miles Morales crashed 3 times. I'm saying this stuff is overblown and like just
this
bullshit.
has me confused, because if somebody were to have this conversation, you wouldn't think they were talking about a console.
Consoles have evolved, Bond.
Yeah, consoles haven't been like that.
Anyway, what you was gonna say, Jack?
I've heard about the crashing thing, that if you go in, and Bond gonna make fun of this, but if you go in and do the rebuild database, it might can solve a lot of that crashing issues.
Yeah,
I've read that. So,
and didn't Blaze have to rebuild his whole like data drive or something?
Yeah, no, that's a GodFall issue. I'm hearing GodFall be fucking up.
I thought console games didn't have issues like that, Jack.
Bond, you done? Bond, you done?
Yo, you can tell that a lot of people haven't played on like PlayStation 4 either. When I see people put up these stuff like, "Why it's saying I gotta rebuild the database?" Yeah, like even on PlayStation 4, if your console didn't turn off properly, you're gonna get the same prompt. This is not a new thing.
Here's a good question then, Jimmy.
Yo,
you game on the PC, right?
Yes, sir.
You about to ask the guy who just confessed to us he can't see the difference between 30 and 60? This the guy?
How many times have you had to rebuild the database of your hard drive on your computer over a game?
I'm pretty sure I never had to do that.
I never had to do it either. That's
what?
crazy.
No, hold on, bro. Listen, hold on. Y'all capping. I have to verify my game like the games I got on PC all the time.
I never have to do that.
Bro, I have to verify all because when the shit don't work, that verified game files is a go-to fix. I have to do that all the time.
I didn't ask Jack that question because God knows what Jack's been dealing with on the mic.
Man,
Jack probably got to shoot his shit to the moon and back.
BG, you know that happens because that happens when you do a lot of like deleting and like you know how you complain about people not deleting games. That happens when you don't configure your drive and you delete a lot of shit. Just let you know.
It doesn't because it never happens.
Yes, it does. Doesn't happen to me. You do have to configure your drive if you keep deleting stuff.
I think it's a Pornhub issue. I could be wrong.
Oh my god. Anyway, just to get.
Hold on. Speaking of which, doesn't the PlayStation 5 not have a web browser?
I know we do have Pornhub issue.
Yeah, it's when you go into the settings. When you go into the settings, it has options for the web browser, but there's no web browser in there right now.
So, yeah, because it's not done. It's not finished. It's clearly not finished. That UI's not finished.
You can't like use the web. You got to use it through like the Explorer thing. Like you're checking up a game or whatever. But you can't just manually put in your own website. It's not like how the PS4 or any other thing.
Hey, listen.
You out, BG.
Listen, don't let Bond fool y'all. This man bought this. Hold on. Don't let this man Bond fool y'all. Okay, listen. Don't let Bond fool y'all. This man bought a PS5 off of me. Okay, he's getting one in the mail. He just copped one.
I bought one.
Okay. Listen. Okay. Bond used Smoove's money that Smoove owe him to get a PS5. So don't let this man fool y'all. He still got one.
Oh, they know I'm getting it. Don't worry. I was bragging about the PS5 with the 3080, but here's another question though. They're calling you out, BG.
They can't call me out about nothing.
Oh no. Listen, they said you might be having these PC issues because you got a bootleg version of Windows. Is this true?
No, I don't. Who gets a bootleg version of Windows? Bond, why do you listen to people in the chat of all places?
That would make sense if you did have a bootleg.
No, I've never had a bootleg version of Windows. Do I look like a barbarian? Listen, I'll steal everything else, right? I'm not stealing a version of Windows. Like, am I like, listen, Windows. Listen, Windows comes with like everything. There's no reason for you to steal it. Like,
oh my
god! Listen, stop.
We're
gonna stop listening to people in the chat. Okay, how about that?
All right, move on, BG.
Yes, let's move on. If I don't know if there's anything specific that we want to get more into the UI. I know Jack had some issues with it. Like I said, for me, I don't really care. They could make a few things. They could make a few things like easier, I guess, a little bit easier to get to. But other than that, I don't really have.
They definitely could.
Yo, my thing is the UI is just way too fast. Even if it's a little bit more, like 1 or 2 steps more than the PlayStation 4, it's still faster than what you can do anything on the PlayStation 4. Yo, today I'm playing Call of Duty. And anybody that have played Call of Duty, they know this, that especially a Treyarch game, I can play Call of Duty, go into the main menu, send a message, go in a party chat, and no hiccups. I was flabbergasted, bro. I was like, yo, no issues playing Call of Duty. Normally, when you play Call of Duty on the PlayStation 4, it would hitch up a little bit, it would slow down, it would go back into the game, all of the issues. No issue here with this PlayStation 5.
I'm confused though. You said the UI is too fast. How's that an issue?
No, I'm not. I'm saying that there might be like 1 or 2 steps more than what you originally did from the PlayStation 4, but I don't have an issue because the UI is fast. So even though the 1 or 2 steps is there, it's still quicker than anything you can do on the PlayStation 4. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so Colt, and Smoove, did the Xbox kept the same UI, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They just basically kind of revamped it a month before console launch. So Xbox One owners got that dashboard right before launch. Same with the Series console owners.
Okay.
And it's improved. Like there's no lag, there's no slowdown in the UI. It's, I don't know, like when I turn on the PS5, like I got this next generation like introduction, right? Like got this cool animation and a new, varied than what I was used to with the PS4. It's not that different, but it's a new whole experience overall. Like a couple things are different, so it looks different. And I kind of wanted that with Xbox, but they kind of got it to where I've got muscle memory, so I have to kind of refigure how to do things on the PS5. But I'm okay with both of those. I like the new experience on the PlayStation. I like that the Xbox Dash is what I'm used to and it does everything I want. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, but
I mean, I think the only thing they really added to like the series versions is that we now have the dynamic background availability to
like
us.
10 years overdue.
Yeah, but PlayStation lost theirs, right? Because I don't have my.
Oh, y'all just got dynamic thing? What the hell?
Don't,
yeah,
don't
and the
say that,
PS5
'cause
doesn't have it
PS5
right
got
now.
no
But,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why Jack wanted to stay the same.
I don't think they getting things never again.
Nah,
it don't make any sense to have.
It's literally nowhere to put them, yo.
Yeah,
nowhere to put them.
Folders, I can see folders though coming.
I don't think folders coming back either though. Cause I think they say you limited to what you can have on your home screen, so it's no reason to have a folder.
You can do that on the PS4 too, where normally you have all the little game tabs and the dynamic menu can go ever the long ass line. But you can also shorten it to like I think it's like 9 tabs.
Yeah.
Okay. I know people haven't really talked much about the Xbox. Bon, I think we can hear your background. We haven't really talked much about the Xbox controller because really it seems like the only thing they kind of altered is they call it the share. Do they call it the share button?
Yeah.
Whoa, what? Oh,
so
share button.
Yeah, so it's a share button. Thoughts on the controller, even though it's not much changed?
That's not the only thing that changed. Cole, I don't know how you feel. You obviously you had the controller longer than any of us, but I still have access to the original the Xbox One controllers. It feels completely different. It's a little bit smaller in your hands. The grip feels better. It's more responsive.
The low latency thing is the big changer with the controller. Like overall, for me, it feels like the Xbox controller, which I feel is, like I said earlier in the show, the Xbox controller is really refined really well to what a controller should do. It just doesn't come alive in your hands the way the DualSense does, but the low latency, like if you had a problem with latency on your TV with a wireless controller, like that feeling is almost gone with the Xbox Series console and the new controller. And they're going to be bringing that to your Xbox One controllers. They're going to firmware patch that in to give you that reduced latency with a wireless controller on your TV and get those working together so you can have fast response. So that's what makes the controller feel so great. It just doesn't come alive. Like I feel like when I'm playing the DualSense, like there's a bunch of Mexican jumping beans inside the controller, like coming to life when you walk around as Astro or when you pull back and shoot a web, like you can feel noise in there. You just have to feel it. And I know you guys have all felt it, but I know I've talked to a lot of people who don't have a PS5 yet or have never handled that controller. So that's where it's sitting right now.
The only issue I have, right, is yes, I like to shoot with L1 and R1. So I won't get the same effect, So I would have to play. I would have to play with the triggers to get like the experience. For example, with Call of Duty, unfortunately. And listen, y'all can call me a caveman all you want. It's actually how the elites of the world play video games. The front shoulder buttons are better to shoot. Aim and shoot with.
It was only like that on PS3 because of how bad the fucking R2 and L2 are, though.
They have real triggers.
That's the only reason it was like that on PS3.
That's kind of false because even Time Splitters on PS2, R1 was trigger.
Did the PS2 have 4 shoulders and triggers though?
Oh, it had four shoulder buttons.
They had R1, R2, L1.
Yeah, it's always an R1, R2. But R1 for PlayStation has always been the trigger.
And if you want to be super competitive, I don't think you're using the adaptive triggers. You turn that off if you're playing Call of Duty.
Yeah. I wouldn't play that online. It's a great single player experience thing.
Facts. I had to turn it off because my first time playing Call of Duty, I was like, I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, it felt weird shooting a gun and it jam on, like, not jam, but you got to press it really hard to get that gun going. And you do lose some gunfights because of that, because
that's an L, B.
Because some people's not using a PlayStation. They probably on PC or Xbox. So,
here's the predicament. Here's the predicament I have, right? So I still want to buy most of my games on PC, and I don't think like a controller's functionality is worth buying it on a console over the PC. But I still want to try them. I still want to see how they implement it with the PlayStation 5 and everything, and the DualSense. So it's like, I just want to know how it. Oh, that's why I have a game share partner, actually. Yeah, Jack, I'm gonna just use you for that.
No, sir. No, sir.
Because like I said, it's not worth it's not like a trump card where I have to buy this on PlayStation 5 now because of DualSense, but it interests you. It gets your attention. Like, I want to know how they implement it on the controller. So it's something to think about.
It's definitely a game changer, man. No cap.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we saw. So let's talk about game performance, right? So with some of these early games, like backwards compatible games, and a few of the newer games. So Digital Foundry, they ran some tests, and the PlayStation 5 and Xbox were like trading blows in like real strange and peculiar areas, where there was some parts of like Devil May Cry 5, the special edition, for example. I believe it's 120 frame mode in that, and there was some parts where the PlayStation 5 was doing better, and then there were some parts where the Xbox was doing better in both modes, because it has multiple modes. So, and and I don't know, they couldn't really explain exactly what it is. It could be an optimization thing, but you would think that the Xbox would do better across the board, but Xbox does better sometimes, PlayStation does better sometimes. It's it was interesting results, I would say. Did anybody watch those videos? Go ahead.
Yeah, I watched the video. How I did it, even though because they, there's certain ways they talk about videos, but pretty much, all right, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, which I wouldn't even buy that version. I would play the current version just on your new gen consoles. But the game is for some reason trying to target 120 frames at all times, which it fails to like achieve. So it's just kind of fluctuating all over the place. Now the game has 4 modes. If you're playing in ray tracing, the modes are I think 1080p or something like that, but still targeting like 120 frames and whatnot. And then of the 4 modes, the PlayStation does consistently better in the native high frame rate mode, I believe, or the 1080p 120 frame rate mode. So and they kind of said that was a big deal, but the other 3 modes, the Xbox was doing better, but they kind of made it the big deal that the one mode that the PlayStation was doing. But I would say all modes in that game is kind of stupid because the frame rates are dumb high, right? But they're all over the place. So you're still going to be getting that the judder and the mix up in a weird fast slowdown, but you're just getting it at higher frame rates.
120 frames is really only enjoyable if it could stay there.
Yeah. And Smoove, you telling half the story too, Smoove. The reason why they made a big deal out of the PlayStation 5 is because of the differences between the drops. So PlayStation in 120 in the performance mode of the 1080p, it would drop like a couple of frames, like 10, 15, while the Xbox would go all the way down to 60 in 120 mode. That's the reason why they made a whole big deal out of it. But regardless of it, they said Xbox did have the advantage in the other modes, but it's not by a huge margin like how they see it in the performance.
The thing that super shocked me was remember Capcom and they put out an announcement that Xbox won't have ray tracing day one, and that led to all those videos and tweets about Xbox coming in hot, and the game has ray tracing there, the same exact as PlayStation, which is weird. Like no one they didn't address it. I'm not even sure what's the deal with that. But I played Devil May Cry 5 when they came out, and that one I think it was targeting 60. It was also doing like 4K on like the Xbox One X, and I'm not sure what it was doing on the PS4 Pro, but that game, there was nothing really wrong with that game in terms of visuals. Like, could you do with like the ray tracing and stuff? It's probably not necessary. I feel like if you took that same game and put it on PS5 and the Series X, you would get pretty much more than what you bargained for. I kind of just felt like they just threw something out there to charge you for. So
you're talking about Devil May Cry 5 still?
Yeah.
I mean, that game looks great on the Xbox One X. It runs at like a dynamic 4K 60, and it holds that pretty decently, I guess. But like, yeah, I agree with you, kid. It's like overkill. Like, why are you trying to run 120? Why are you putting ray tracing in a game that doesn't even really have any reflective materials? Like, most of the time you're inside like the devil's guts and like a weird that game is so weird. I played the whole thing wondering what the heck I was doing half the time. It's kind of cool, but like why are you trying to run all this stuff at 120? And what it does is it gives you way more margin for error. That game goes all over the place. And Capcom has had problems in the past running multi-plat games and getting the performance for the hardware. When you look at the Pro versus the X, they've had a couple games where they just put them at the same resolution and frame rate, even though there's a power delta. Right now, they're dealing the same thing with the Series X and the PS5. They didn't even think ray tracing was going to be on the Xbox Series X because GDK is so far behind compared to the PS5, which is something we'll talk about a little bit later. So it's a whole big mess. And I'm with Kid. Like, I would not buy that game, and I didn't buy it again. I would just play it on back-a-pad. It would run even better.
Yeah. Now,
funny quote says that some games ran better on the Pro than the X, because who was that person trying to argue with Jack saying otherwise? So Colt just said that some games were running better on the Pro than the X, and we know that shouldn't be the case. Argue with you a while ago, Jack, saying that was not the case and was not true.
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember who it was. I know you. Yeah.
Now, like what we were talking about earlier, Colt, like with ray tracing, like I've been saying for the longest that I agree with you that ray tracing isn't worth it to me when you have so many other lighting implementations and technology in games. Like when you play like Gears of War, even Gears Tactics, right? Even Gears Tactics, to me, the lighting is impressive with that. When you have stuff like the screen space reflections and the God rays, all the global reflections and the dynamic lighting and all that stuff. Like, I feel like I'm not gonna say that those individually, trump ray tracing, but those all together, I feel like they still accomplish like close or a similar job to what ray tracing does. So that's why I say ray tracing is overrated and it's overblown when I can use all these different methods, these different lighting methods, which are not as taxing over ray tracing, which halves your frame rate. You know what I'm saying? So I still feel like ray tracing is just overblown right now.
Yeah, that's been my concern since we started talking about it. I remember back at the end of 2018 when the RTX cards came out and they were turning 60 frames or 100 FPS games on PC into 23 frames games or 12 frames. And I remember PC gamers like, this is bull. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want ray tracing. I've even seen ray tracing implemented where the lighting doesn't look as nice because the baked in lighting just looks, what's the word? Nicer. I don't know how to say it. Like when these artists like bake in lighting, they make it look like really cool. And then you get realistic lighting, which is ray tracing. And then the nice, cool cinematic look of glowing lights and the way that they light a scene, because they did it all by hand. They place and they cheat lights and they get stuff to look really great. Like Shadow of the Tomb Raider looked phenomenal, and then ray tracing on, I'm like, and now it looks kind of lame. It's hard for me to explain that, but I always have that problem. Like, I hope the developers don't say, we really want to show you ray tracing on a console, and then you have 30 FPS, and here we are with Watch Dogs Legions.
Yeah, that's what happened with Spider-Man. We're never going to get a 4K 60 frames ray trace game on these consoles. It's not possible.
Probably not.
That's not true. Call of Duty.
It's
Call of
4K.
Duty has some sort of ray tracing on that. At least the campaign is, I think.
There's going to be some like that Xbox game Chorus where you're flying in the ship in space. It comes out in like 6 or 8 months. Like they're supposed to be getting what they call 4K 60 with ray tracing, but you know what is their version of 4K? Is it 1440 1800p dynamic? Who knows? Like, I just don't want developers to say we really want to show you real-time reflections, but at 30 frames, and that's why I'll never play Miles Morales in the ray tracing mode. I'll play the whole game. I've played like an hour so far. I'll play it all at the performance mode.
Holy shit! The Cardinals came back and won.
Bro, Hopkins most on 3 people, bro.
What the hell? I'm sorry.
Hey, I want to say this too, though. I want to say this. I kind of feel now this is gonna be, I know this is not a popular opinion. I feel like ray tracing is being bastardized to a certain extent because I'm gonna say this: for single player experiences, a lock 30 frames is not that bad, people. I know it's not ideal, and all this other shit.
From the heart.
It's 60 frames per second is the bee's knees and all this other shit. Cool, I get that, right? But if you play I've only played Miles Morales in fidelity mode, native 4K, ray tracing, all this other shit. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Now, on the other end, you can play it in performance mode, which is also 4K. I don't know if it's native, it's still 4K. Lock 60. I mean, either way, you're getting a good performance. My thing is, I just want the option. You know what I mean? I would like to have both, but you know what I mean? As long as they give me the option, but y'all saying some Ubisoft games, they're choosing, they're picking ray tracing over the 60 frames, but I don't feel that is right. I think they should give you the option at the end of the day. But I think you should try both. It ain't no bad experience, man.
Jack, what do they say about 30 frames per second?
I mean, it's playable, but it's not ideal.
No. It's not very playable.
Oh, it's not very. Oh, that was
60 is playable, but it's not.
I gotta put my mask on again. You're right.
What's the difference?
Yes, sir.
Well, Jimmy, we're not all like you. You need to get that late. Yeah, can we get some super chats for Jimmy's LASIK?
Oh my god,
Jimmy, I know you was trolling about this shit too, bro.
Well, I'll play devil's advocate for Jack and for Jimmy, because for a long time, if you were on PlayStation or Xbox One, you didn't get a choice for a performance mode. So we played amazing games like Red Dead 2 and God of War and The Last of Us Part 2 and Uncharted at 30 frames, and we love those games. And they're super fun.
God of War had a performance mode though.
Yeah, God of War, but it didn't stay at 60 all the time or often
50,
enough.
50s.
So, this is the thing. Like, if you have the option to play at the performance mode, man, I really can't tell people enough. Like, you got to play the performance mode. And I said, I don't know if we were live when I said when I loaded up God of War on my PS5, like the thing runs at 60, like right off the bat. And when I went to native resolution mode, like it just automatically looks downgraded at 30, because when you see something at 60, it's the best way to play a game. And I know people say, well, for single player story-based games, 30 is great. And Jack said that. And we've played amazing games, open world games at 30. But man, when I have that choice, I'm going 60.
Yeah.
God of War. I took 60. I took the performance in God of War though. I needed that. I needed that in that game. I did.
Yeah.
Here's also a problem with ray tracing on consoles. AMD is nowhere close to where NVIDIA is at in their ray tracing technology. Period. Like, they're talking about, like, CD Projekt Red is saying how ray tracing in Cyberpunk won't come out for AMD cards until next year.
Jeez.
And the performance hits on ray tracing from the 20 series to the 30 series is way less, but I believe the ray tracing from what I last saw on the 30 series cards is like 25-30% faster on NVIDIA than it is on AMD's current cards, and that's on their PC cards. So I don't even know how their consoles are handling it.
NVIDIA's almost got a 3-year jump on AMD for ray tracing. Their RTX line came out at the end of 2018, and AMD's not even ready yet. So yeah, they're way ahead.
Yeah, but didn't they say literally AMD is just doing like a calculation to simulate ray tracing? It's not the same thing. It's like the same technology. Don't get me wrong, but they're like so far apart. It's not even the same. AMD is just doing calculations to get it to look like that.
Okay.
So who knows what they're going to end up calling this? But
there's
it'll
a
be
big
called
price
something.
disparity between the AMD cards too, as compared to NVIDIA. So
yeah, features.
You get the top tier stuff with NVIDIA's new cards, and man, they had a great presentation a month ago.
Yeah,
I think ray tracing all comes down to the developer, because if you have the money, the budget, it's an expensive technique to use. So I think that's where it comes down to mostly, rather than AMD and NVIDIA, the devs.
So it's really not. It's really not up to the developer.
No, go ahead. It seems like most people just don't care about ray tracing, honestly.
No, I don't think a lot of people do either, but it's really not up to the developer. I mean, if somebody's saying, look, activating this is going to tank your performance by 30%, there's no ifs, ands, or buts to get around it. As a developer, the only ifs, ands, and buts to get around is if NVIDIA and AMD make the program more efficient. That's not something a developer can do. A developer has a choice to use it or to not use it.
Well, this is my example though too, Bond. Like you have Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and then you have Watch Dogs, right? Both implement ray tracing, but what are people saying is like the lead in, when it comes to console ray tracing, people go to Spider-Man. That's the best implementation of ray tracing. It's just the two developers, they have the same technology, but it's the two developers and using
they took ray tracing out of Watch Dogs. I bet you it would have ran at 60.
Yeah. Ray tracing is gonna tank your performance. You're not gonna get 60 frames like that in most games. Ray tracing, but I'm just saying that the developers, how they implement it and how it's gonna look, is up to them. How good they're gonna use the techniques, or how much budget they're gonna put in for this expensive.
Y'all both right though. Y'all both right.
Yeah.
It's how they use it, and plus he's saying that they have to make it more efficient. So y'all both are right, actually.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm okay with the bootleg because like there's too many ways to cheat like ray tracing implementation.
Listen,
that won't hurt your performance.
Because I think I said this before. I see ray tracing as like it's remember TressFX, what TressFX was to lighting.
Oh God.
I mean, what TressFX was to hair. This is what like in ray tracing is like that for lighting, because it's like TressFX. Yeah. What did it? It like hit your car, your performance.
Hair.
Like it hit your performance like maybe.
Texture.
Yeah, and it took away like maybe 10 frames. If you had things more than that, more than 10 frames, just for some realistic hair. And honestly, it didn't even look realistic. It didn't make the hair move much better, right? So I'm not gonna say it's as much of a gimmick as TressFX or HairWorks is, but I see it as something. It reminds me of that. Yeah, so. I want to get into some of the launch titles for these consoles. There's some games that launched this week. Bari, you're probably the only one that played Godfall, right? So I got a review code. I booted it up.
Over here if you don't like it.
I already booted it up.
You played it on PC or?
Yeah,
PS5?
I played it on PC. And
is it crossplay on PC on PS5 or not?
I have no idea. I don't know. I played it for 10 minutes. I played it for 10 minutes just to see what it was like. And what it reminded me of was, it had similar God of War combat to the God of War multiplayer in God of War Ascension. That's what it kind of reminded me of. It's clearly heavily God of War influenced, but but I can see how people could get, like, it could get really old really quick for people, even just from playing 10 minutes of it. Like, I can't say it's a bad game because I only played 10 minutes, but I can see how it could possibly get old and how it could be kind of dry and have no soul. But let me know what you think.
That's where the looting comes into it, like, getting different gear. You also can get these they call them Valor or something like that, like the armors, where you get like different resources that you can create that stuff to get like the different Valor plates and stuff like that. And the level up system is pretty deep. Not that deep, but it's pretty good. Like I get the God of War comparison. I'll say it's more like a bootleg version of God of War, like 2018, but it still feels good. You know what I mean? But it definitely heavily inspired by God of War. You can tell.
What's up with the NPCs?
ain't really that much NPCs in that game. I didn't really come across enemies. But yeah, I like the combat. It's pretty cool, man. I'm not saying that everybody should go and get it. It's a must-play game, but if you're into that, you know, getting better gear and loot and all that stuff, this is definitely the game for you. And it has I haven't tried the multiplayer stuff out yet, because I'm only like 2 hours into the game. But I like it. It's pretty cool. It's a launch title. You know when people use that excuse, it's a launch title.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
What was that game that came out for PS3 that was like super mid, and it was like it like defined what a mediocre launch title was.
Lair?
No, yeah, Lair. I think it was Lair. Wasn't that?
It's hot garbage.
Yeah, Heavenly Sword was good. Don't say that.
Yeah,
Heavenly
it
Sword
wasn't.
was
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Lair
Heavenly
was
Sword was
hot.
good.
That's the
Lair
game
was.
with the dragon, right? He has to use the 6 axis. Oh my! I hated that game for passion.
Yeah, that's what Godfall kind of like. You know, just looking at the gameplay from before it was released, I don't think the combat looks bad. I think it might be a little bit slow, but I don't think the combat looks bad. I got to try it out for myself. You know.
Oh yeah, you got to turn the sensitivity. Yo, I had to turn my sensitivity up like to the highest with that game, just so I can turn properly. But I like it though. I think once you level up and get deeper into it, it's more enjoyable. And it's kind of like God of War / Dark Souls. You know, because the boss fights you got to be. It's not like a slasher like Devil May Cry. You got to be a little methodical with your actions in that game.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's talk about get into Miles Morales a little bit. I'll give my quick impressions. As I said already, beat the game, platinumed it. This game is clearly, how do I put this? It's a next gen version of a current gen expansion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's clearly, you don't play this game. What makes Miles Morales really feel next gen is not necessarily the gameplay or the gameplay mechanics. It's just the 60 frames. It's the world. It's the faster loading. So it's like those outside. It's the things outside of gameplay that actually make this feel like next gen. So that's cool about it. The 60 frames really is a difference maker. The story is like, so I beat the game on New Game Plus just to get the platinum. So when you play the story and you don't do anything else, you just play the story straight through, it's about 4 hours. When you play the story and you do all the side stuff, it's about 15-16 hours. So it depends on how you play. If you like doing that side stuff, you got a 15-hour game. If you just want to do literally just beat the game, it's a 4-hour game. You take that for what you will. Me, I don't put value in how long a game is. I don't correlate the two. There are games that like are 80 hours that I hate. Don't do nothing for me if a game, just because a game is long. If a game is short and sweet, that I'm completely fine with that. I don't have no problem with that. It doesn't matter to me. I just care about the game being good. I don't really care about the length. Some people do. I like how with Miles Morales they gave him his own powers. They balanced the game a little bit more. In the original games, Peter Parker is way overpowered. Even on the hardest difficulty, I beat both of these games on the hardest difficulties, Ultimate, and you could like beat enemies in the original Spider-Man without even throwing a punch because he had so many gadgets. You could literally just spam gadgets and like walk away. Your gadgets would do all the work for you. Miles Morales he has a lot less gadgets. He has pretty much like 4. So they're not like overpowered. You're not like killing enemies entirely with them. They're kind of like just
that gravity well kind of OP though.
Yeah, but it doesn't even really do damage. It just kind of like sucks them together pretty much.
Yeah,
so like you still have to follow up with Miles' actual attack moves. Miles, they implemented his unique powers well, like the cloaking and the venom attacks, because he does have different venom attacks and everything like that. So it's a good game. It's a very personal story for Miles. I thought it would have more. I guess I thought they would give him more bosses from the Spider-Man world, which not a lot more, but like maybe 1 or 2 more. Not to spoil anything, but don't expect a lot of Peter Parker's enemies to be in this game. You're not going to get that. This is a very personal Miles Morales story and everything like that, and it touches on a few good themes and everything. Combat's good, story's good, visuals are amazing. You know, especially when you first jump in at 60 frames, you're like, yo, this it's mind blowing at the first time you just play it at 60. So yeah, that's my rundown of it. Thoughts?
Combat is way more refined, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Miles he doesn't have as much moves as Peter Parker when it comes to like just melee combat. But his Venom abilities, man, that thing is OP. It's fun. Just launching dudes in the air with the Venom jump, and launching them again, like you juggling these dudes, like it's wild, man. And that Venom dash move, OP as hell.
The Venom rush, And listen, there's some like because it's clearly an expansion, like we said. There's going to be some. I was interested in seeing how much stuff is actually going to be recycled, right? There's certain things that are recycled, like some animations on some of some of the side missions. But as far as like Miles' movement and his animations and all that stuff, they did a good job at making him feel and move differently. So I am happy about that. You know, that was real good. Yeah. Thoughts? Who else ever played it? Jack? Not there. Smoove?
I mean,
go ahead, Jack.
I mean, I really ain't got too much to add. I mean, it's a good game. I mean, it's, like you said, it's more of the same. I kind of want to see what they're gonna do with the full sequel. You know what I mean? Honestly, bro, if you played Spider-Man 2018, it just low-key the same shit. But I really like Spider-Man 2018, so I really like this game. It's really nothing to add to that. The story's decent so far. I really ain't got no issues with the game. It's a little bug to where sometimes when you pick up items, the game the game don't even freeze. Miles just freezes. You can't do shit. So that's the only issue I've had with the game.
Repeat that, Jack. That sounds like a PC issue.
Reaching.
This dude bug crazy, but I'm like, I'm digging the game. I like that. Like I said, I like that they got options with the visuals or the fidelity or whatnot.
And
not too much to add to that.
It really is like, for what Lost Legacy was, but I would say it does more than what Lost Legacy did for Uncharted 4. It's a lot more like Lost Legacy is extremely like the same as Uncharted 4. Miles Morales is more different than the original Spider-Man. So it does more.
Miles Morales is as open as the original Spider-Man. That's what that shot me. I thought it was going to limit you a little bit, but you pretty much can explore the entire Manhattan just like in Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's still the busy work. I think Insomniac, but there's not like as much as in the original game, but there's still like they gonna Ubisoft that map up, right? And you're gonna have to just go around the map and collect a whole bunch of knickknacks and do a whole bunch of this side busy work. Some of it is cool. Some of it is like, oh man, this is doing nothing.
Definitely not as obnoxious as the first game, though. They cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah, they brought it down just a notch, but there's still gonna be plenty of it. Trust me, there's still gonna be plenty of it. Enemy bases, audio tapes or whatever. There's still plenty of that. So expect that. I still think they have to. I don't know what the solution is for games when it comes to filler and busy work like that. I don't know because you need side content. So I don't know exactly what you do to not make it feel so monotonous and dry and boring. The traversal,
build story though. If you go into the items, I know a lot of people ignore that stuff. They don't listen to the back, story with those items. But I like that stuff where you collect it, listen to the little, audio tape that they play, like his memories on the collectibles. I like that stuff. Build story, build character.
Yeah, so it's a good game. Even though it's on PS4, I think it's still worth having the PS5 for. In my opinion, and yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. Okay, moving on from Spider-Man. Unless anybody has any other thoughts on it. Colt, I know you played it. Smoove, y'all played it. Any thoughts on it?
No, I've just I only played like the first half an hour or 45 minutes. It's freaking really impressive. Right off the bat, Spider-Man 2018 is probably my favorite game I played on the PS4. Actually, it's up there. And when you were talking about Lost Legacy, I really liked Lost Legacy and what it did differently from Uncharted. I think I spent like over 18 hours on that on Lost Legacy, and I spent 25 hours on Uncharted 4. So I felt like I liked Lost Legacy. It was like really refined and it did some cool things. So I'm looking forward to the experience with Miles Morales because I don't know. I like that. I'm good with that.
Yo, Smoove, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
So yeah, some people weren't sure what you were saying in your tweet about the frame rate. They weren't sure if you. What happened?
Oh, I know what he was talking about.
Yeah, I was. People weren't sure if you were saying if you were pointing out the frame rate was 60 or that you didn't know that his specific Spider-Man into this Spider-Verse costume was 24 and you didn't know how to turn it off. People weren't sure.
Yeah, I thought so when I got the suit, right? I thought the mod was specifically for that suit. I know it would turn it on for every suit that you wore. So I'm like, why am my shit still playing like that? I was like, I changed the suit so I can stop playing. Cause I was like, oh, this is cool. So I took a video and I was like, this is dope. And then when I changed my uniform, I went to the white uniform and I'm like, why he's still moving like that? I'm like, hopefully he's not stuck in that animation. So I'm moving and I'm like, all right, let me just do something different to break him out of that animation. And it was still the same. So I posted on Twitter. It's like, hey, I'm stuck in the Spider-Verse frame rate. And then somebody let me know. It's like, oh, that's a mod. Take the mod off. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was dedicated to the suit.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I had a whole tweet thread out and I had to like respond to everybody and then get rid of it because I didn't want people telling me it was the visor like for hours on end. So the problem with the Spider-Verse visor you put on as your suit mod, the description doesn't say that.
Doesn't tell you.
The description says like
it don't tell you.
whatever he touches upon the earth becomes a Spider-Verse or something like that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me that when I changed into the white suit or the one that Peter gave him in the opening, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but that's like in the first half an hour of the game. When I changed back into the regular suit, he was still animating it, which it's actually at 12 FPS, I think. What they're doing is they're doing 24 FPS on 2s, which is an animation thing. So it's actually his animations are 12 frames per second. And that's why it looks so interesting like that. But I had no idea. I restarted the game. I didn't restart it. I closed it and reopened it. I restarted my PS5 because I thought it was my last ditch effort was to delete my save and start the game over and not put on the Spider-Verse suit because I thought it was a glitch.
Yeah. But the description was terrible. Like, cause like for one, what if people didn't see Spider-Verse? I mean, I saw it and I still thought it was linked to the suit specifically. So till I read it and I'm like, maybe this mod is the thing that's keeping the low frame rate. And I'm like, y'all could have just said in the description of the mod, this will, put the suit at a specific frame rate as it was in, a Spider-Verse. So it's a bad description. That's on them. That's a bad description.
Yeah, but I just wish I would have made that, put those two together. But my thread went for like 5 minutes. And then I had like 3 or 4 people saying, hey, it's the suit mod. And I fixed it. And someone said, Colt, you shouldn't delete tweets. But like, people would be responding to me for if I muted it, they would respond.
Yeah, they still responded to me over and over. I got like several tweets after it, but that's still like putting it out.
Yeah, that's okay. Like, listen, if somebody answers your tweet and you figure it out, there's no reason to keep it up. People just
I could mute it, but people would continue to give me the answer and go look it up and be wasting everybody's time.
Yeah, and that mod is cool, honestly, for 5 minutes, and then you don't want it. You don't want it.
Yeah, you can't play. I can't play the entire game like that. That's why I was like, I'm not ready. Turn this off.
It's a cool add-on, but
I wish you could use a Spider-Verse suit without that because I like the way it looks. Can you?
You can.
You can.
Oh, okay. As long as you don't have the visor on.
Yeah, as long as you don't have the visor on, you can still use the suit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so it was a good talk about Miles Morales.
Yeah, awesome game. The end, I guess.
Yeah, good talk. Astrobot Playroom. I haven't touched this yet. It's probably the next game I'll try out just to see how people say it goes crazy with the DualSense and it's a great tutorial and best pack-in game as we said and all that stuff. People said it's an easy platinum for those who care. They said you play it for like 3 hours and you'll platinum it. So that's all I have to say about that. You said you platinum it already?
Yeah, in 4 hours.
Okay, cool.
It's a game. It's not long.
Okay.
Soundtrack is.
How's the platforming?
Platform is good. It's good, man.
Okay.
That game is definitely. I think it should have been everybody's like first game to try, especially if you're interested in what the DualSense can do, like to its highest capabilities. And it nails it, man. When it rains, you feel the raindrops. You know, when you're walking in mud, you feel it in the controller. It's not.
So wait. Do you actually at that certain part that we've seen Jeff Keighley do? Do you have to blow into the controller, sir?
I did it. Yeah, and you feel like a moron when you do it.
Oh my god,
you really do.
I don't want to do this.
You're like, am I really doing this? And you look around, no one's watching, and you're not live streaming like Jeff Keighley, and you're like, okay, we're blowing in the controller.
Oh my god.
But I said earlier on the show, I realized how dated I made myself sound. I said that the controller feels like Mexican jumping beans. I realized that a lot of people in your audience have no idea what those are, but there's something that they used to sell back in the 80s. They're like little larvas and little shelves, and they hop and jump around, like they make these clicking noises, and I guess they're little larva creatures, but kids used to buy them as little novelty items. And they were called Mexican jumping beans. I think they still call them that, but nobody's ever heard of them. But that's what it feels like when you're holding the controller. It feels like there's something in there, like alive and moving around. But we're used to just motors in the handheld parts of the controller. And if you're on Xbox One, you're used to having extra motors in the triggers. So at this point, like, I think there's more than one set of motors in the main housing of the DualSense. Plus there's motors on the triggers. So the whole controller just comes to life. And I think Jimmy was saying that you really need to play Astrobot first, and it just gives you an introduction of what's possible to make that immersion when you're playing with that controller.
So
it's pretty
cool. People in the chat are saying if you mute the mic on the controller, it actually does it for you. So I guess
the blowing.
It says that if you just mute the mic, it apparently does the blowing for you. Yeah, I guess because that's like turning off the mic, so the game won't make you blow into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good to know. So I don't have to blow into it. Good to know.
Well, to be fair, most of our viewers used to know, man.
Oh my god. Hey, Jack said it, not me.
Blowing ain't an issue for them, but let me follow.
I don't think a lot of games are going to have you blow or talk into the controller. I don't know, but Astrobot, like, you just kind of have to like let go and let yourself like have some fun with this little kiddie game. Cause I'm with you guys. I don't really play those things. I don't really use my Switch because it doesn't have the games that I like that type of big budget, like big blockbuster cinematic game. But like that Astrobot's Playroom, like, just really made me smile. So people need to try it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're a PlayStation fan, you're gonna love that game for sure. Because it goes down memory lane.
Yeah, it's all fan service. You collect pieces of different controllers and different consoles, and it just brings back memories of all of the products that Sony's put out for gaming. And you're like, oh yeah, you realize, oh man, there was like 4 models of the PS3 or something, and you collect them all. It's funny.
You remember all those peripherals with the PSP? Like, oh, they did make this dumb shit.
Right.
Yeah. Funny.
Smoove, tell us about Valhalla. I know you're dying to talk about it.
Can I get $1?
Valhalla, man. So far I'm having a blast with it. It's a very, very expansive game. It looks like they put a lot more investment onto, like, you know, your primary quest, because there's not a lot of those side quests. They're kind of like just like randomized events that take place, but this time you still have the option to choose between male and female, but they're pretty much the same, you know, character. It's not like Cassandra and Alexios. This time around, the male character is much better drawn out than it was in Odyssey. Like, Cassandra was everybody's favorite for a good reason. This time, not really feeling the female voice work, and it just feels odd playing as a female, as a Viking. It just to me just doesn't work. But Eivor and the way that they let you customize it works. I don't know. It's Assassin's Creed. I think I'm having fun with it. The fact that it's running 60 frames per second. This is my first time experiencing Assassin's Creed, an Assassin's Creed game higher than like 28 frames per second. But It's actually, but it's dope, dude. You feel it as soon as the game starts. You just see it immediately, from the camera pan to the character movement and to the combat. But yeah, it's dope. I don't know what more to say without really like spoiling it. I don't know if anybody has any like particular questions or anything like that. Any issues with the previous game, but I'm still, I don't even know where. I think I'm a power level 35, which isn't really saying much, because I think you can get up there into like I think get up to like 200 plus maybe. But
yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Valhalla from anybody else? No.
Cool. Rev said it was trash.
I'm playing it.
Go ahead,
trash.
Solid, Rev. But what does Jimmy have to say about it?
No, I'm good.
No, Jimmy, you're the authority on Ubisoft. We want to hear what you have to say about it. And please be specific. Honestly, be specific on them frame rates.
I have nothing to say, man. I mean, I don't know. These games that they brought out these last couple of months, I don't know, man. There's a couple issues they need to address.
Hold on, is Jimmy being critical of Ubisoft?
No, they just need to patch a couple things.
This is a first.
Okay, Colt, you were saying?
It's good. I think I like Odyssey better, but playing this fidelity at 60 is really, really nice. The game's like more hard hitting. It's a smaller scale. Like, I know it's a big world, but everything was so big and epic in Odyssey and Origins, like big pyramids, big fortresses, and everything in Valhalla so far seems like much smaller, and the camera's closer to character. So it's a totally different game. They didn't reskin it for sure, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't stop playing it. That's mostly what I'm playing. I'm waiting on Miles Morales. I'll probably get back on Miles tomorrow because I've been spending most of the weekend playing Valhalla, and I don't want to jump back and forth between those two games because they're open world.
Yeah, I get what you.
Whose gameplay is this?
BT probably.
This person needs to learn to swing, God. What's going on?
What are you talking about, sir?
Hey, yo, that 60 frames ain't working for you, man.
What are you, sir? Wait, sir. First of all, number one, my swinging is immaculate. Number two, my swinging is immaculate. My swinging.
Swing of what?
Bro, what's wrong with you, dog?
You good, bro?
I mean, I just want to know if it's better than Joel's or not.
Oh my god, my swinging is immaculate. I was just going ham with the tricks and like, cause when you dive bomb, that's what it's called, right? When you're doing the dive bomb, he can do certain tricks during the dive bomb, and I was trying to figure out exactly what direction, because when you dive bomb and hit the trick button in a certain direction, he does something different. So I was at that. That's what I was trying to figure out which one to do.
A golden rat underneath the bus.
No, it wasn't golden. It was highlighting the rat so you could see it. It wasn't actually golden.
Hold on. We picking up rats in New York now.
Bond, leave New York alone, bro. Leave New York alone, fam.
This game is very authentic. I gotta give it credit. They got Spider-Man picking up rats underneath the bus.
Leave New York alone.
I know he wasn't gonna let that slide either.
What were we talking about now? I forgot what we were talking about, man.
Your web swinging. They were getting on you about your web.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out how to dive bomb and do what tricks were in what direction. That's what I was doing. My swinging is immaculate. Don't do that, J Bar. Don't do that, dog.
I'm just making sure, man. I didn't know what your gameplay. I was like, damn.
You ain't saying nothing about that combat though. How I was pulling tricks. Okay, yeah, you ain't saying nothing about that though.
I like that one trick where you got shot by a rocket launcher at point blank.
Bro, in Miles Morales, like in Spider-Man, in the original game, the rockets were hella slow. Like you could literally just watch them things come to you and dodge the lad. They were hella slow. In this game, they hella fast. I'm like, yo, first of all, why are dudes walking around the streets of New York with rocket launchers and shooting you point blank? They literally walk up directly to your face with a rocket launcher and just let that thing off.
I ain't gonna. That shit funny.
It doesn't even make any sense. I'm like, bro, you're shooting a rocket launcher point blank.
That's strike one for Smoove eating on the podcast.
Oh, busted. That's $5.
I had a face mask on.
Nah, you're lying. That's $5. That's a $5 dot.
Face mask made of food.
Yeah, you busted, bro. You busted, dog.
We sort of laughing. That's what blew him up.
Yeah.
Jimmy recognized it before. Jimmy recognized it before me.
How you guys like could tell like what's it? Wait,
sound like you got something in your mouth.
Mouth sound wet. I don't know.
So yeah, Jack, tell us about 2K21.
Oh my god.
Tell us about it, because it seemed like you hate it. So is it different than the PS4 version? Because you didn't talk about the PS4 version. You seemed like you had an issue with the PS5 version.
I didn't have it on PS4.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
It's
What's the issue?
so far, man, I deleted it, but so far it's a pretty fucking horrible experience. Let me tell y'all how my first experience with 2K went, right? So first of all, I was playing a private match against Blaze 4K. Now for the past couple of years, for some reason, 2K, they clearly don't give a fuck about private matches and setting them up and whatnot. So to set up a private match on 2K, right? First you gotta invite the person, right? You remember back in the day when you used to get on a sports game or a fighting game? Well, a sports game, you just, move your controller to the side and pick what team you want, what outfit you want, whatnot, set the lineup up. You can't do none of that on this game. Pretty much the person that do the inviting, they got to pick each team person, the person who's going to play. You can't change your outfits, nothing like that. You cannot even see that the person has joined your lobby unless you press some other extra buttons. It's convoluted for no reason, so that was a pain to deal with, first of all. The game does have very good loading times, like I said, and the graphics are pretty good. But another thing, played 2 matches. First match, I won. Even though I won, I was not having fun. Blaze was zigzagging all over the place, and this game got some really bad... This game got some really bad momentum cheese to where, like, a human cannot defend that. Like, if you could defend that, I give you props, but it's very hard to defend some shit like that. So it's got like some zigzag momentum cheese in the game. You can barely, if you're running at all and you barely touch somebody, they're gonna call a charge and foul. I don't know what the fuck they was trying to do with this game, bro. Oh, but anyway, won the first game. Second game, I was down by 2 points, had a decent amount of time left. And the game had been lagging on and off all day. And the game lags when I inbound the ball, and by the time it's done lagging, all the time had ran out, the game is over, I lose, right? So, of course, I didn't feel too happy about that. But overall, the game has a lot of lag. And also, this is something they did, right? If you pre-ordered the Kobe Bryant edition, you get both, it was cross-gen.
Mm-hmm.
There was a glitch. There was a known glitch in the game to where you get 100,000 VC when you download on PS5, right? But if you delete the game and re-download it, you can keep getting the VC over and over again, right? So people were abusing this glitch, getting the extra VC. They banned roughly 80% of the PS5 next-gen users. At first, they was going to permaban them, but I guess they realized there was so many people gone. They reverted the bans on everybody. But the game is a fucking disaster from where I'm standing. I ain't really been big into 2K recently, but with games like this, I don't want to get back into 2K like that. I thought 2K18 was like abysmal and the low point in the series. I feel like this shit worse than 2K18, personally, from what I played so far. But yeah, I don't know, man. They got me.
Okay. Thank you for that. And you bought it digitally, didn't you?
Yes, I did. $75. I would like to get a refund, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? People kept asking me, Jack, you get into 2K, you get into 2K, and I was like, bro, share play it with me real quick so I can see if I like it, bro, because I know how I am with these sports games, and I really should have share played it because I regret.
Damn, bro.
I regret buying it, bro. I really do.
You got bent over on that one.
Oh man, did I? Jeez.
Shit sound wild.
Yeah, well, you should get better friends telling you to buy that, man. You need better. It's the people in your Discord. It's the people in your Discord. I told you can't trust them.
Whose gameplay is this where they're getting shot up?
Bro, I am not getting shit. Yo, why do y'all exaggerate everything, bro? Like, y'all dudes be lying. Why do y'all be lying, man?
I will give you this. Like, literally shooting a rocket launcher at Spider-Man is probably the worst choice of weapon you could realistically have.
Like, I barely got touched, and y'all talk about I'm getting shot up. Like, come on.
The guy shot you in the back.
With a rocket or a gun?
With a machine gun. What was your spider sense?
Fam, you get shot on this game. It happens. Everybody gets shot.
Yo, Bond, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You be getting at us for shit like that, and then you gonna get this game and never stream it.
Yo, he gonna get shot. Trust me. Listen. It's New. You're Spider-Man. It's New York. People get shot every day, B. Like it happens.
Stream this game, bro.
That's the vibe.
Yo, Bond, you wanna stream this?
I'll stream. I played Batman. I didn't get shot up.
No, that's different. No, because it's different with Batman and way Spider-Man. Did you play the original Spider-Man?
No, that shit was 30 frames. You know, I ain't playing that shit.
See, yeah, getting shot in Batman, getting shot in Spider-Man is way easier than getting shot in Batman. It's way easier.
All right, so we got Bond for Spider-Man
because like Batman has that free flow combat where like no matter where Batman is on the screen, he'll literally like jump 30 feet and punch an enemy as long as you press the punch button. Spider-Man, he cannot do that. You have to be in proximity. Like. This
guy just said you were taking back shots, BG.
Whoa! Oh my God. Yo. Let's move on. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. Let's move on. What else? Oh yeah, the Nioh Collection was announced. Finally, we get to play the Nioh 2 on PC or PS5. It's coming to both. I've been waiting.
Collection?
So yeah, it's gonna be both games. Yeah. Yep, both. So that's coming out. That's February of next year.
That first one on PC, Jesus Christ, had problems with its saving system.
Oh, word? PC?
Yeah.
Problems?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, imagine that.
I know. Crazy, isn't it?
It is. Okay. That's interesting. All right. So, yeah, Nioh Collection coming to PS5 and PC.
Look at this dude taking a screenshot of the...
hey. No, you get a trophy. I was like, I realized because usually I don't know why, but I think there was a trophy in the first Spider-Man where if you go into photo mode, they give you a trophy for it, right? They do give you one for it in this game, but you have to like add a sticker or some stupidness. I'm actually like Smoove. I think Smoove doesn't like photo mode in games either. I don't hate them. I just don't like them.
That photo mode lit. Bro.
You said because I'm playing right now. You said there's a trophy for doing a photo mode.
Yeah, you have to go in photo mode, add a sticker, and then change the lighting. You automatically get the trophy. Yeah, so that's what I was trying to do. But I thought at the moment all I had to do was go into photo mode. But no, you have to like change some stuff. So yeah, you get a trophy for that.
Yeah, who got hit by this truck?
Bruh. So y'all ain't get hit by no cars.
Yeah.
Listen, they said, listen, this mission, did you play this mission yet? You have to literally be in front of the truck and then take a picture of the license plate while it's moving. So yeah, I got hit by the truck.
I took a picture in there though. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Hey, this guy, you hit it. You talking like you a real like New York pigeon, bro. Just like, oh yeah, I got all the flight moves. Come on, Bar. Like,
yeah, man, listen, bro. You know what I mean? Yo, you my man. But this
you Bronx dudes be acting different. Listen, I didn't care about looking flashy. I just wanted to get the picture. I didn't care about looking flashy while I was doing it. Y'all, that's the problem with you Bronx dudes. Y'all care too much about being stylish and all this stuff.
That's a fact.
So where your Tim's at?
Man. Oh, you mean in the game or in real life? I got my Tim's in real life, but
in the game.
Oh yeah, I got that costume. I
definitely got some Tim's in this game,
yeah. I want to see you curb stomping some rats on the street. Where's that at?
Oh man, rat stomping mission. Yeah, that was omitted from the game.
The Philly superheroes, they don't be fighting rats and shit.
What they be doing?
Would you have to change the filter?
No, you have to go to lighting. You have to change the lighting, pick anything. It doesn't matter what it is, and then also add a sticker.
Oh, you got a photo mode trophy?
Yeah. Add a sticker and then change the lighting. It gives you the trophy automatically.
You know what? Speaking of Philly superheroes, the next Spider-Man should take place in Philly.
No,
because Venom runs in Philly.
That's if that's what you want, Bond, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to be dealing with these gold rats on the ground.
Boy, this man's just a New York hater. What other game released? Oh, did anybody play Bugsnax? I really don't want to talk about it, but it released.
I'm waiting for Kid Smooth stream.
Somebody played it. I know it. I
might stream that for the community.
I'm not touching that game.
As you should.
Listen, I've been hearing people say, "Listen, the game is like actually not bad and not what you think it is," but I don't care. I'm not touching that game.
Yo, BG, run your likes. You got over 1,000 views, only 350 likes.
Oh, facts. Y'all not respecting our time.
I like the video. I already liked it. All right.
They not listen, viewers. Y'all are not respecting us as a podcast, and you're not respecting our guests Colt and Bari, who taken 2 hours out of their Sunday because there's only 300 likes in here. I'm just saying y'all need to get them likes up. Would appreciate that.
Samuel calls in the podcast.
1,000 likes and BG streams Bugsnax.
No.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, dudes, why you giving them ideas, man? They really gonna do this now, man.
Free on PS Plus.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
Oh
They
man,
didn't hit 1,000 likes last week.
You know the vibes.
Oh, no.
All right, you played Bugsnax yet?
Nah, I ain't even downloaded it yet. I just added it to my library. You know what I mean? Keep that thing in the tuck.
Yeah.
I need an easy platform.
That's something you should keep in the tuck and never take out, man. I'm good on that, man. Okay. Demon Souls. This is the game getting the most praise. It's considered it's considered the best next gen game available visually. Mainly because of visuals, but also what Bluepoint did with the gameplay. It's getting a lot of praise. I think there's only like maybe 10 reviews last time I checked on Metacritic. I don't think like all the different publications have beaten it yet. But yeah, it's getting a lot of praise. I haven't touched it yet because like I said, I know life Miles Morales, but that's the next game that I'll be working on. So I can't even talk about it. I literally didn't even boot it up yet. Anybody, Bar, you played it?
I haven't played it. I'm gonna play it tomorrow because I'm off for like the next 3 days as well. So
nice.
I got time.
Oh man, look at y'all taking off work, telling y'all supervisors, "Oh, I'm sick or something, and I need a mental health week." Y'all a bunch of frauds.
All the fire your asses.
Gotta do what you gotta do out here, man. I play these games.
Okay, so nobody. So nobody played Demon Souls yet.
Nope.
All right, so we'll talk about that next week then. Okay.
I think Astrobot will be my first game. What should I start off next with, Spider-Man or Demon Souls?
Say Spider-Man, since you never played the original.
Well, I'm gonna have to play the original one before Miles Morales.
Yeah, you do. So yeah, play Spider-Man first.
See, you could have bought the physical game. I could have bought that off you, BG, but now you got a useless digital game you've platinumed.
That's true. Good old one and done. Good old one and done that I paid $49 for. Nice.
Yeah, them likes went up to 100 likes since that Bugsnax.
See, sometimes you just gotta tell them. Sometimes you just gotta remind them. What y'all thought about like this whole people putting vape pens under the Xbox just to make it seem like it's smoking? What? Like I knew it was fake. I knew it was fake from the jump. I'm like, something about this don't look right. The way it's just coming out of the bottom, the smoke coming out of the bottom, and it's coming out of the top. I'm like, no, this is not real. This is another of these console war shenanigans. Somebody trying to be funny, and lo and behold, they was putting vape pens under the Xbox. What do y'all think about this?
Stupid, man. It's why gamers have a bad stigma of being weirdos, man, because of this shit like this. Like, I don't understand how you will, spend $500 then vape your Xbox. Doesn't make any damn sense. I don't know if it affects it. Does it messes it up? I don't know, but it's just dumb,
man.
Yeah. That was a weird situation because can't you do actual damage? Doesn't vape leave like some liquidation? Moisture behind.
Yep. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I can guarantee you it's not healthy for electronics.
Yeah, that's just it does. It leaves moisture in there.
It's weird. Like, why? Just for some clout? Is it
they
worth
want them views? They want them clicks.
And like, what are you gonna get out of it? Like, what did it cost you? Like, what did it cost for you?
I think
everything.
5 in the tub of water. I was like, what is going on with these people, man?
It's crazy, man. All for some, a little bit of
clout,
a little bit of views.
Yeah.
Well, it looked fake. People was tagging me in that joint. I was like, yo, bro, this looks fake as hell. Like, what can make the console smoke like that? That looks crazy. You know what I mean? I'm like,
it looks like a humidifier.
Because I'm always skeptical when I see stuff like that. For one, because listen, I'm sure even though
BG,
manufacturers
we know you're an
and
expert at selling broken consoles. Just
stop it. Listen. All I'm saying is like I know like these designers and engineers, they do stress tests on consoles, right? So I find it hard to believe they did stress tests on these consoles and did all this R&D, and suddenly you get the console and it's smoking like a chain. Like no, there's no way, bro. It's just too convenient. It looks too crazy. No, I don't believe it for 1 second. So yeah, I always err on the side of caution and say it's fake. So it was funny. This is the extent people will go to just for a little bit of clout.
People dumb as hell. We know.
It be working though, because I got friends that don't be like hardcore on the internet. They stayed asking me about that. They was like, "Yo, that new Xbox be blowing up." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, I had friends in the real set.
Yeah, it's like that shit be working though.
Yeah. Okay. Call of Duty that came out this past week. I have not played it yet.
Let's go.
Bari is a Call of Duty stan. You tell us about it.
Yo, Treyarch is a Treyarch gods when it comes to Call of Duty, and they're back. They're back in my good graces with this game. Great implementation with the DualSense, even though I don't suggest it on multiplayer. The maps are pretty good as well. You know what I mean? I've been cooking these dudes. PC gamers, Xbox gamers. If you want to get it, Bari baby is my PSN, and I will cook you in that game. No cap. But I'm loving it. So far, I only played the multiplayer. I haven't played the single player yet, but they did a really good job because the beta pissed me off, though. I ain't even gonna front. They did a lot of stupid stuff in the beta. A lot of stuff is still OP as well. Field mics, stupid. I don't know.
I've been hearing everybody say that. Like I know Call of Duty. I don't put too much trust in Call of Duty players and what they say about the multiplayer because they love it 1 second and they hate it the next. But everybody said it was trash. The beta. So go ahead.
No, yeah, the beta that the second week, the first day, yeah, it was bad. I was raging. I was like, yo, get this shit together because I'm not buying this. I almost refunded it. I was like, yo, I'm not buying this. But they fixed it within that beta weekend. It's good, but they still have some stuff they got to fix, like the field mics. I think it's too OP. Where everybody's just throwing these little mics on the floor, and you can pretty much use that like the mini UAV. It's super cheap, but overall the score streaks is fun. The game is fun, man. The guns feel good. I'm enjoying myself a lot, man, in the game, man. And like I said, I've been cooking, dude. So pretty good. Ooh, that's where you get this suit. Thank you, BG. Hey, man. Now the game was good, man.
That's actually, listen, in my opinion, that's actually one of the worst suits in the game.
Which one are y'all talking about?
The one that's on screen. What do they call this one? I forgot what they call it. But listen, I think that suit looks terrible.
I like the 2099 one. Is it 2099? That's my favorite one.
See, here's the thing. I think any suit that is like too shiny, it looks bad in Spider-Man. Even the original game, like they had a whole bunch of like ones that were like too shiny and too like like it looks bad, So yeah, I didn't wear that suit for very long. I thought it was pretty bad. I think that's the worst one in the game, like literally. So I'm not a fan.
I suggest if you guys haven't played COD in a long time. I think you will like this one here. It's pretty good. They got a lot of modes in there. Lot of good maps as well. Like so far, I haven't came across a map that I really didn't like. Oh, matter of fact, I'm lying. What's that map? Miami. That map is hot garbage. But that's just one map. You know what I mean? So overall, I'm enjoying my time with it.
Okay. Cool. All right. That's the rundown on Call of Duty. There was real quick about Cyberpunk. There was a little scare that people had because Cyberpunk Twitter account had removed the December 10th release date from their Twitter banner because that was the new release date that they announced after they delayed it for like the 4th time, and then that was gone. They removed the banner, so people started worrying like, oh, they're gonna already delay the game again, and then they put it back. I don't know. That was a little bit suspicious to me. That was a little bit sus. Why would you remove it and then when people started like calling it out, then you put it back? I don't know, man. Another one might be coming. And another one might be coming.
Let's not hope for that, man. I know it's going to be good content for you, BG, but we don't want that right now.
Hey, man,
I
make a living off of Cyberpunk delay videos, so I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man.
You gonna buy it day one, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a day one for me. Absolutely. Listen, I'm an objective, fair guy. I'm gonna judge the game based on its own merits, and I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'm a fair guy like that. It's who I am. Can't help it. All right, cool. So yeah, we'll see. December 10th, as of right now. I think that. Oh yeah, did anybody play Sackboy?
Oh, not yet.
No.
Waiting for my niece to come through.
Yeah, I plan to play that with my wife. I think that'll be a decent game for us to play together. So I'm a play that with her. So yeah, from what I heard, it has okay platforming. It's decent. Yeah, not much to say about it though. What else? Oh yeah, I remember that. This probably wasn't on a lot of people's radar, but yeah, I remember 13. I think Ubisoft made it. Ubisoft made the remake. They're saying like this game is like hot garbage. Something is like, I don't know if it's bad performance. I didn't really read exactly what it is, but I think it has like a 2 out of 10 on Steam or something like that. Or like it's just been people are saying it's a terrible game. That's
Jimmy, what's up, Ubisoft, man? Jesus.
Hey man, I don't know. This they've been getting that money. I know that.
That wasn't Ubisoft. Not this version. Nah, wasn't
Ubisoft. Didn't make 13 the remake?
Nope.
Who made that? Who's making that?
It's definitely not Ubisoft. That's like I've been on.
Oh my bad. That's Play Magic. The developers are Play Magic.
Okay, I know it's 3 games they got. One more got to come out.
Yeah, Play Magic. What games have they made? Not much apparently. So yeah, and 13 was a pretty good game back in the day. So yeah, they seem to have butchered this remake. It was actually looking promising, but yeah, it seems to be riddled with issues. So yeah, don't buy that game. Don't buy that. Other than that, the DualSense is now usable on Steam. Before you had to like go in big picture mode to use it. Now it's like usable on Steam. I think you could just plug it in and it should work with Steam games. They released an update, and also the DS4 Windows app for I believe they released they released an update for the DualSense to work with that also.
Here's my question. Hold on. So these multi-plat games and third-party games are going to use the DualSense. Will the PC version of those multi-plats have the same features?
Doubt it.
Now, here's my next question. Should Steam try to get these DualSense features native, or devs do it native? Should Sony help them out, or should Sony be like, nah, F that. If you want these features, you got to buy our machine? That's a good question for you too, Jack.
Should they keep the controller features exclusive, pretty much, to the platform?
I kind of want to. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, they could be dickheads and be like, "Yeah, get the system," but then again, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Nah, they'll sell more controllers that way. They're not gonna do that.
But that's true too.
Yeah, it's interesting.
One part of me says keep the controller's features exclusive to get people to buy the PS5. Another part says get your controller out there, make it the de facto controller on PC to put another dent in the Xboxes.
Exactly. That's what they probably looking at.
You know what they're gonna say? It's anti-consumer, Sony. Yeah. You're hiding your. You know, why are these features exclusive?
Okay. Well, listen. That's all we got for today. Really. Did anybody test out, the mic on the PlayStation to see like the noise cancellation? Because
like in a party chat or something like that.
Yeah.
Yo, it's good. I was trying it today. Well, not me, but my boy Vic was trying it when we was playing COD, and I didn't hear him clicking the buttons.
Okay.
And he sounded pretty clear.
Right.
He sounds pretty clear.
Because the noise cancellation
you forgot
doesn't.
to ask Kate Smoove a question, man.
What's up?
What?
How was the Falconeer? He played the Falconeer. You ain't even ask him that. You only asked the PlayStation questions. Why you ain't asked about the Xbox?
We talked about listen, the Falconeer is not it's not an Xbox game, and it's not worth talking about. Do you think it's worth talking about, Smoove?
No.
Exactly. Come on, man. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm just balancing it for Colt and for Kid Smoove, man. You know, you gotta ask him about the Xbox.
I'm listening.
The flopping air.
Was the first game you played on your Xbox fucking Bright Memory, yo?
You wait, say that again?
Was the first game you played on your Xbox Bright Memory?
That was it the first? Damn. Actually, I think it was the first game I tried. Yes.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that. I was like, Smoove got this powerhouse. He got this powerhouse console, and the first thing he turned on is Bright Memory trash.
One is it was the quickest thing to install. It was like only 6 gigs, and I just wanted to try something because remember, it was the first game to install. Everything else installed like afterwards because it was like we're looking at like 40 to like 60 gigs, and then 2K was like 100 gigs, and
Bright Memory feels like an overly shiny Xbox 360 game. I bought it on like 2 months ago and played about a half an hour of it and kind of stopped. And then I did kind of the same thing on the Xbox. Same thing, screen tearing, overly shiny, just overblown, over heavy-handed game. Like, I don't know. I expect a much different experience for Bright Memory Infinite because that's more polished. And it's not just one guy who made a game, like he's got 20 people helping him. So I don't know. But that Bright Memory Infinite should have been a free demo.
Yeah.
Like you got Astrobot Playroom, packaged in with the PS5. And the only thing Xbox has is Gears Tactics and Bright Memory $9 or $8 demo. Like, come on, give me a break. Like, reach out to this guy and go, hey, we're going to offer your game for free for Xbox Series consoles. And I don't know why Xbox doesn't do stuff like that. That was a bad move.
You know what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to change the name of Halo. You can't have a Bright Memory Infinite Flop, then Halo Infinite Flop.
Jeez, yeah, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, like they got to.
The marketing's already like there.
They should have changed the name to Bright Memory Infinite. Then they should have got away from that.
The Infinite one is like a remaster to the Bright Memory.
No, full blown like game. This 1.0 is not really. It's a 37-minute like trial, bro, of like the first chapter or something like that.
It's basically what FYQD, the studio that this guy is running from China. It's like his attempt at making a game. So he made like a 1-hour experience while he gets his team together to build the full game, which comes out in a year or so. But everybody had access to Bright Memory 1.0 on Steam for, I don't know, months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not great. And when we see that trailer for that Xbox is shown, the game looks much more refined. So,
and the only reason why I streamed it is because I played it on a Series X, and then I wanted to give my my expansion path SSD a try. So I uploaded a bunch of games onto the pass and moved it from the Series X to the Series S. And when you saw me streaming, I was streaming those games on the Series S.
Yeah. Hey, Absolute MMA 101. If you've watched my channel or listened to me on RDX, this is exactly how I talk all of the time about Xbox or PlayStation. If I don't like something, I let people know. If people ask me if they should spend money on a game, I tell them if they should or shouldn't. I don't care if Xbox made it. I don't care if Kid Smoove made it. I try and tell people pretty much how it is. And I know people all have our preferences and biases, but this is how it is. Bright Memory 1.0. Don't waste your money. It should have been a free game, and it's not that great as it is.
I will say this.
Let them know.
On behalf of Bright Memory, it is. I'll say this, right? It's the potential, right, in the game. It could be low key heat. Like, so think of a game like. I see a little bit of Dark Souls, a little bit of Devil May Cry. No. Listen to me. Dark Souls, Devil May Cry, and Crysis with a little bit of mechanics of like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, and some Shadow Warrior. Like you can shoot, and then you can use the bumper to use your sword slash or the D-pad to get your sword out. Like it does a bunch of stuff that we've done for 10 years in gaming, but it doesn't do any of them very well.
You know what that game reminds me of? This is mad random. There's this movie called Sucker Punch. I don't know if y'all remember it.
Yeah.
But it's with the chicks, they're like orphans or something like that, and they go into their dreams or something like that, or this other world. And 1 second they'll be like fighting this samurai with swords. In the next scene, they'll be like having rocket launchers and M16s taking on some military. It's like it's just random and everywhere and like mad flashy. And that's what Bright Memory Infinite reminded me of. It just reminded me of that movie Sucker Punch. You should actually look up the trailer for that. It's probably what that game like is honestly like. Yeah. So yeah. So Blandrew is in the chat, and just this is the last thing, and we can get out of here. So Blandrew was pretty much asking, were we hyping the DualSense controller for gimmicks that the Wii got trashed for? Do y'all think it's the same thing? The Wii gimmicks of motion controls and what the DualSense is doing, is it the same?
No, I think the Wii, all the gimmicks the Wii did, it succeeded. Like that thing sold like crazy. I don't want to play my games like that, but the biggest thing with the DualSense is the feel, the activity when you're holding the controller. Like that little speaker combined with those motors, like I said, it just comes to life. I don't think that developers are going to be utilizing the blowing feature. I think they're going to use the tension triggers, which is cool, because if you've played Forza Motorsport on Xbox One with the active triggers when they rumble, like you can feel the slip of the tires skidding on the pavement. That you can't feel that anywhere until the DualSense came out. So like this is, I think it's good to do this.
That's a great way to put it, Colt. I actually agree. You can shut up now, Belanger.
I pray he's not comparing it with that Joy-Con, because that Joy-Con is absolutely
because here's my issue with the Wii and its gimmicks. The thing about the Wii and its gimmicks is it like it gives you the ability and the avenues to play games which you wouldn't play otherwise. Like it's not practical. It's not practical methods and ways you would apply to play a game organically, right? At the same, like, because we're still playing the PlayStation, we're still playing like these PlayStation games the same way. It's all in the same controller. It's just giving you better feedback. That's all it is. Like I'm not gonna defend blowing into a controller. I don't think anybody's really gonna do that. No, we're not defending that. But the feeling and the feedback is what's good. That's not like the difference between a gimmick and something that's actually a good idea is if it improves the immersion and the experience. I can't say for me that motion controls pointing at a TV, I don't believe that helps immersion. Some people might feel that way. I don't think like pointing and shooting actually does anything for immersion. So I don't know if anybody else has any opinions on that. But
now you shut up. Pretty good.
Yeah, shut up, Blandrew. Okay, I think that's the show. I think we touched on everything, pretty much. So we can get out of here on time, and let's do these outros. Bari, appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir, man. Yo, appreciate the invite. And Blandrew, that Joy-Con is hot garbage. Stop comparing it to no DualSense. Get out of here. I'm done.
All right. Tell them about the podcast. We with you and Persona.
Oh yeah, man. Me and Persona, we doing a PlayStation podcast called What's Up PlayStation. Every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us with a What's Up PlayStation podcast. So if you guys are looking for like a PlayStation podcast, we don't fanboy there. We just try to give the news as much as possible. We leave Xbox and Nintendo out of the conversation. But yeah, check us out, man. We appreciate it. Pretty cool podcast, I must say myself.
Okay. And Colt, appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You say your super chats too.
Yeah, I'm gonna read those. Go ahead, Colt.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm just gonna get busy on playing some more games and hopefully getting some more content out on the channel. It's been crazy. I just want to take a break and play. Like it's been a big lead up to this, and I made a lot of videos this year as there was tons of stuff to cover. And my last video about the clear advantage to PS5, like that is going to be something I have to address. Like that's been crazy. There's problems with some of these games like Capcom with the performance and the visual difference. Like that delta is not showing up, and there's a whole big mess behind that. And yeah, that I've got to talk about that too.
Okay,
so
cool. Yeah, so
You know, I wish our Xbox guy would play games.
Smoove been playing games lately. Don't do Smoove like that.
Hey, yo, Bond is a savage.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, be like, I be out here on these streets. Like, come, like, these, like, I play games. Shit.
It's more playing games.
We gonna see. Well, one, when Batman Addict come in, he gonna prove me right. And two, when you going up against Mr. X?
I'm gonna do Resident Evil on. I should have. It looks like I'm gonna have Spider-Man beat like by Monday, and I want to get my level up to at least like 45 on Saturday. So maybe Wednesday night. I'll do it Wednesday night.
That stream's about to be lit.
Okay.
I installed the game on my SSD. You know, SSD. Let me tell you a story. I literally traded my Xbox One X for an SSD.
Wow.
As you should.
The $200 joint.
So I'm telling you.
The little memory card.
Hey, look.
That's exactly what I was saying. People keep saying PC gaming is too expensive, and they buy all this. Cole, that's calling this.
Yeah.
Cole, did you buy any external storage for your Series X?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh,
I know, and I didn't want to, but I had some extra cash. Here's the thing, like on the Xbox Series X, I have a 4 terabyte conventional external hard drive. So I can move all of my Xbox One library or games I've finished over to this external. But I just decided to kind of spend that extra money on the storage. And I don't know, I don't think you're going to run out of storage in the first year of the console, but it definitely is going to be a problem for the PS5 and Xbox Series owners this generation.
So why do you think it will be a problem? Can't people just delete their games when they're done playing them?
Well, you can, like on the Xbox, I can finish like Valhalla, and then if I'm like, well, I'm not going to go back to that for a while, I can move it to my external. But on the PlayStation, can you move Valhalla to the external drive?
No, I'm saying once you're finished.
No, not PS5 games. You can't move that, which sucks.
I'm saying that once you finish your games, don't you delete them?
No, I uninstall them.
Yeah, well, I'm saying.
No, I mean, yeah, sometimes I don't have a data cap, so I don't want to speak for everybody to say, yeah, I uninstall most of them if I'm done, but some of them I just keep on the drive. But now I have a 4 terabyte backlog drive that I'll keep all the Xbox One and 360 titles on. Yeah, it's a crappy problem, and I was talking to some of the industry guys behind the scenes before the consoles came out, like trying to get an ear on like how much is this PS5 going to cost and this Series X, and he just kept telling me he's like storage is going to be the big cost for you guys on console. Yeah. And it really sucks. And I didn't know what he meant until I saw how expensive the Seagate expansion drive. It's $220, and
that one.
In order to get an NVMe drive that will finally be compatible with the PS5. I got some arguments on Twitter over this because the stuff that's going to be available is going to be well over what Sony requires, but you won't be able to use all that speed. Basically, you're going to be paying a lot for an NVMe 1 terabyte stick, even though it may have like 15 or 12 megabits per second, whatever.
But wouldn't it just be easier just to delete your games? That's free. You could just finish.
Yes, it is. But like half of the people in North America have data caps. Like it just depends on what part of the country or who your provider is. Where I live in Washington State, most of us don't have data capped home internet. But I have friends that live in Michigan or in New York, and they have data caps. It just sucks. So it isn't a one-time fix for anybody to say, well, just when you're done with the game, delete it and reinstall
it. Well, Colt, you don't know this, but Bond and BG are the storage police all of a sudden. They've been policing how people play their games.
But yeah, I heard Colt say something I've never heard before. What do you say? A 4 terabyte backlog drive?
Oh yeah, my 4 terabyte. It's a 3.1 external conventional hard drive. I'm just using that as my backlog drive, like games that I'm not playing right now or I'll play later.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that, a backlog drive. That's
just my name for it, I guess. I'm just gonna. I mean, I can play back compat games off of that drive, and I have them on like Doom Eternal's on there. A couple of the games that aren't optimized for Xbox Series X. I can play those off the external, USB drive. It's a conventional hard drive. I can play those on there. But all the optimized next generation titles, I'll play on the internal because they have to be there. So it's a crappy situation. I don't
think it is. You just got to delete your games. I know it's tough, but when you delete your games, it gets easier.
Do you think I'm being insensitive, Jack, by telling people that, being the storage police?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been wild recently, man. I ain't got no data cap either. I mean, I'll delete a game if I have to. I don't really give a fuck.
BG,
I mean, if you have a data cap, like re-downloading a 60 gig game isn't going to kill you, right? But I have a buddy who lives in Michigan, and every time he has to re-download, he was so mad that he had to reinstall a lot of his optimized games when he got the new console, because it doesn't just do like a 50 gig or a 50 megabyte patch to give him the optimized. Like when he downloaded Gears 5, he had to re-download all 65 gigs or whatever it is from scratch because it reinstalled. Because it's not like PC where you have the same game, you just rank the set, you ramp the settings up. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
BG, we should start a podcast, the Storage Police.
Hey man, I wouldn't mind. All right.
We're just trying to save people money out here. Y'all out here spending $300, $400, $500. Like Jack, well, we make fun of you from your laptop. We trying to save you money.
Facts. Yeah, he's not gonna change about that laptop. Smoove, you could do your outro.
All right, but everybody, thanks for tuning. Wow.
You eating? You eating again?
No, I'm not eating. I had spit. No, I'm telling you right now, I'm not eating. I had spit in my mouth.
You had spit in your mouth?
No, spit. Like I was
Hey, you trying to hurry up and swallow that?
Yeah. But anyway,
Smoove got a lisp.
Shout out to Cole Eastwood for joining the show today. It's always good to have you around. Yeah, everybody, man, I'm happy Next Gen is here. Make sure you check out my channel for some upcoming content. Got to review this PlayStation 5 and this Xbox and some of the games, and make sure you follow me on Twitter. All right.
All right. Jimmy.
Yo, what's up, man? J Mega Games. Shout out to everybody out there who got the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week, and hopefully the people who didn't get them like me will have them by next week. Peace.
Yo, Jimmy got the best outros on Weapon Wheel, just to let y'all know.
I do.
Yeah.
I want to hear about Marvel. Your Marvel outro. Your Marvel Avengers outro.
Hey, yo, leave me alone, bro. I'll be back on with Spider-Man.
You play that dead game?
I love that game, bro.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I forgot to. Oh yeah, what they said, 96% of the play. No. You gonna get this? 96% of the player base left. That's what they announced. 96% of the player base is gone. I just want to put that out there. That's what they announced. Yeah.
Yo, you know why they gone? Because
Barry out there playing with his cousins.
It's the content. They promised content that was supposed to come out in October. That got delayed, and then the next gen patches got delayed. People just going to be doing the same Hive missions over and over. They should at least add some different Hive missions to mix it up a little bit, but they're not doing it. You can't have a Games of a Service game and not continually updating it. You know what I mean? So they got a lot to prove to a lot of people.
It's too late.
But I'm pretty sure people's going to come back on there when Spider-Man.
No, the game's over. The game's over. You know that game over screen? Yeah, the game's over.
They're going to try to come hard with that patch for the Xbox and the PS5. That's when they're going to try to push it.
They need to.
But it's going to still be over. But
the Avengers has a permanent game over screen, bro. People ain't coming back. They left. The party's done.
A lot of people, yo. That's a lot.
Party done, bro. Party's done. It's over. Hey, Jack, your outro.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. That's all for one.
Hey, check out the Weapon Wheel podcast on Patreon, man. We do the After Dark. We doing content for y'all boys, man. Check that out if you feel like it.
Yeah.
Check me out, YouTube, Twitter, Jack Move Johnny, and yeah, we out.
Yeah. All right. So
Jack Move got the best outros on Weapon Wheel. Just letting y'all know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. This guy. All right. So I'm gonna read the super chat.
I didn't get my outro.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Bon.
Suburban Savage about to be unleashed on the After Dark tonight, so you definitely want to come see that. talk about some of this hood booger activity. Also,
I got to see if Mocha's available. I got to get Mocha on After Dark so her and Bond could argue.
Mocha's not in that category. Mocha's a good person. Anyway,
I know, but she's gonna defend.
She's not gonna defend racist people calling people house ends.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But Smoove, we are at the end of the podcast. So, are you accepting the terms or are you holding the draw?
Damn.
Yeah, you got to choose now.
Yo, this person is cooking in this gameplay though. Who this?
Oh man, okay. Oh man, I hate backing out of. Oh my god. Okay. I don't even think the PlayStation one's gonna get a review. It's all right. No, we can dead it.
Okay, cool. It's dead. It's dead. He said he's killing it.
Oh, you let him off. What did that one coach say?
We let him off the hook.
You let him off the hook, dude. What are you doing? Oh,
hey man, it's done.
Smart
it's
man.
Done.
Smart.
It was a good bets move. You know, things happen. Ties happen.
BG, you know you got off on that one.
No, I didn't. Ties happen. Let me read these super chats so we can get out of here.
Hold on, Smoove, real quick. What you should have did before you backed out, you should have tried to let him get off a half price. You should negotiate your way out, man.
It's dead. Super chats. Sofa Spy said, "Shout out to the morons who bought a $500 console just to destroy it for clout and gain 3 followers." Oh yeah, they're big. They're dumb for that. Yeah. Soul King, I read this earlier. Keep up the great content. I rock with y'all always. Like and subscribe. Appreciate that, man. Mr. Heisenberg, Bond got a PS5 from his sugar daddy, aka Kid Smoove. Wow. OBJ Jr. said to Kid Smoove, if Phil Spencer got bitten by a poisonous snake in his inner left thigh, are you gonna suck it to save his life?
Yo.
Wow.
Are you? He asked Smoove, is he gonna suck the poison out of Phil Spencer's left thigh to get the poison out? That's what he asked.
That's not that bad. Would you do that for your home?
No, I'm not sucking on any male. Like, can we stop questions? Like,
yeah.
OBJ, what if he says he'll give you Rise too?
Great question.
Smoove might be sucking something else for Rise too.
Oh man. OBJ Jr. said King David said PS5 has a 90% failure rate. I'm sure King David ain't said that. He probably was joking. Shout out to King David. King Hazy said, "Hey BG, are you using digital games or physical? My PS5 only crashed when I put it in rest mode with a disc playing. No, I don't. I have a digital PS5, so yeah, my game is all digital and it's crashed. So, Manuel A1 said Black Bond is WWP MVP today. PS5 is a complete mess. Oh man, Manuel A always got to put extra sauce on everything.
Yo, that man don't play no games either, man.
Oh man, what? Oh man, say it ain't so, Emmanuel.
I asked that man for his gamer tag. Yo, the dude got like a 10K. He talking about Game Pass, bringing back to gaming. He ain't gaming like 3 months. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no, why you call him out like that? Hey, Emmanuel A, you gonna have to pull up on Bari, dog. He talking crazy about you.
Tell him pull up. He know the vibes. He know.
Oh man,
he know it.
Y'all gonna have to talk. Hey, 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse said, "Why this Spider-Man gameplay looks like Arkham Asylum?" Okay, if you think that way. Tarek Ahmed said, "BG correct. R1 was superior, coming from a guy who was top 10 in Killzone 2 in total score and 3.0 KD in Bad Company 2 with 1,700 hours of playtime." Talk that talk, man. Let them know.
BG told KD didn't matter. So.
We the elites. I ain't trying to hear nothing you say, Jack. R1 and L1 is elite, okay?
I don't know. You gotta put your stats on Twitter to prove that.
Hey man, Biz Topper said, "Can anyone explain to me why is the Xbox One S still $299 when you can get a more powerful Series S for the same price?" Kid Smoove, please explain. That's what he said.
I saw that at PC Richards actually.
I'm not even gonna People gotta stop with the madness. How much is a Nintendo Switch?
300.
300.
Same price, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Series S will run laps around that thing.
But yeah, he's asking why they're still selling the Xbox One S. for the same price as the
Oh,
Series
I
S.
thought he said the Series X. I ain't even. I thought BG said the Series X. Oh, the One S. Oh, I you know. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the One S is still what? I don't know. The One S gotta sell whatever they have left.
Yeah, they trying to get rid of that backstop probably.
Yeah, they got to sell. I watch out for Black Friday when when they put those shits out on those Walmart.
Wait,
racks.
but they selling it for 300?
Yep. That's his retail price. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's always been a retail price.
It's always 300. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I
okay.
thought BG. I thought you said the Series X. Like, I don't know.
No, the one. Yeah, he's saying why the one is the same price.
I wonder if they were holding on to the 1S so they can throw those suckers in Black Friday and sell them for like $150.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen.
And then sell the Series S for either $300 or $250. I don't know if they'll have.
I don't think they'll drop that quick, bro.
I don't think they will. So I think they're going to just unload the 1S in Black Friday, which is really crappy because it looks like the Series S and it's named like the Series S. And watch it.
Yeah.
They're about to drop these consoles this Black Friday. The last thing of like 100, 150.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they did last year as well. So.
Yeah, the Pro is still like 400.
Yeah,
wow.
That's kind of weird too on the PlayStation side.
Yeah, that's crazy. Random Ownage 15 said, in the other three modes, the X had only like 10 frame advantage sometimes.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was talking about
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. Yeah. Yeah, he said the X only had 10 frames advantage sometimes. Okay. Gaming with Persona said, shout out to my boy Bari, the best lisp on YouTube.
You know the BG said it too. BG tried to act too cool for school when I say the best list on YouTube. Like,
it's a weird flex, bro. No, it's a weird flex. Who
BG,
who flexes?
BG,
who flexes about having a list? That's a speech impediment, sir.
Hey man, you know why I did that? You know why I did that? Because people will come into my live stream, right? It's like, does this guy have a list? I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. And then one person made a comment like, yo, you got the best list on YouTube. And I just ran with it. I was like, okay, I own it.
What
Jack, he can have that one. I don't want it.
That's literally weird flex, but okay. Hey man, you got it.
BG tried to stump me one day. He's like, yo, Bart, this is corny. I was like, yo, BG, sit your ass.
Hey man, it was a little weird. Hey, Mr. Heisenberg said, I heard the PS5 version of Miles Morales is selling better than the PS4. Looks like Sony doesn't need their 100 million install base after all. I haven't heard anything about sales, so I can't corroborate that. I haven't heard anything.
What are you
about
judging
sales.
that from? VG charts?
I don't know. I haven't heard not one thing about sales.
Got updated this quick though. I don't think. What?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Respect My Mind said those Spider-Man challenges though. Oh yeah, the Spider-Man challenges. I was stuck on one for like an hour and a half. One of them. I think it was the hostage situation.
Yo, the stealth ones, bro. I'm bad with stealth, bro. And bro,
I figured out there's this one hostage situation, bro. I figured out like it's so easy, but like when you're in the process of figuring out the best route to do it, it's because like your brain tells you to do things in order, but like there's the one hostage situation. I think there's more than one of them. Literally, you have to jump to the crane, distract that guard. Jump to the left, free that hostage, go to the bottom, kill those guards and free the hostage, then come back up to the top. It's the easiest way to do it.
I hate that one. I'm still stuck on.
Yeah, I'll show. I could literally show you how to do it, Jack. It's so easy. It's just like figuring it out.
You can easily do it too if you don't have to kill the enemies. Just go
invisible,
like distract them and let's get the hostage out.
Yeah,
that's how I did it.
Oh, real shit. Oh,
yeah, you don't gotta kill all of them. It's easier. It's easier to kill a lot of them, but you don't gotta kill every single one. Yeah.
If you kill them, you're gonna be close. You're not gonna get the spectacular for sure.
Yeah, it takes too long. Dribble Piss says Cold War confirmed to run better on PS5 as well. Yeah, Dribble Piss. He said Cold War confirmed to run better on PS5.
Weird.
Okay. Hey man.
Hey, Smoove, just rock with it, man. As it should.
just go with it, even if it's not confirmed.
Stop being a fanboy, Smoove. Stop being a fanboy.
I don't know. I haven't seen any confirmation of this. C. Shaw said Colt needs to take his L. Xbox is better engineered and third parties run better, and that's not the case. And PS5 uses less energy and runs with better T-flops. I think you responded to this guy earlier, right? I'm pretty sure you did.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Shot Red 555 said, "Hi BG, you saw Black Lagoon yet? That's an anime, right? No, I didn't. I didn't check that out yet. I didn't check that out yet. I was watching. What was I watching? This Dragon's Dogma anime. I was like, yeah, I don't know. It's.
Yeah, I stopped watching that one. I was watching Blood of Zeus. That joint fire.
Oh yeah, Blood of Zeus is amazing. War Machine guy said Trey Gods put out better Call of Duty games than Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer games this entire generation. Modern Warfare 2019 is hot garbage.
That's a fact. That guy got good Call of Duty taste right there.
Okay, 3 more left. Jack Sutcliffe said, just saw a massive Capcom leak happening on 4chan, unannounced games and source code being leaked. Monster Hunter Rise coming to PC after Switch. Okay. Mr. Heisenberg said, a pair of Joy-Cons is more expensive than the DualSense, yet DualSense doesn't have drifting problems and developers actually use its features. Okay. And Blandrew said, I feel offended listening to that opening rap song every week, knowing I got left out. Make him redo it. Oh, he didn't give Blandrew a bar. He didn't give Blandrew a bar in that, because Blandrew, you a little bit off and on with the show.
Hey,
you know?
weather member,
Hold on.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about Blandrew being offensive, because Blandrew, you are a big offender. This man was trying. Only I get handouts on Weapon Wheel, and I earn those handouts from Kid Smoove. Blandrew, you are not entitled to handouts.
Yeah.
This man
Gotta put the work in. All right.
He wanted a free video call. Yeah, I'll give it to you for cheap. He said, "Oh, I thought you want to give it to me for free."
Word. Black
Blandrew don't pay his bets either. You know.
Oh, what word? What bets he lose?
Hey, After Dark, we out. Hey, yo, chat. We appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. Good show, everybody. Shout out to RDX. Shout out to you, Cult. Check out Cult's channel if y'all haven't checked it out already. And yeah, we out of here, y'all. Peace.